All right, all right, all right. Like I said, all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High, Ahia, the God of Israel, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. In the name of his son, Yeshaya, whom the world called Jesus, all praise, honor, and glory, welcome to another. Welcome to another. This is episode 7, our 7th week of podcasts. We're fairly new podcasts. We new brothers and sisters to the public. But we have some timely information every week. I believe we have timely information that we bring forth through the Spirit of the Most High. I just want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Father once again. And I want to thank you, brothers and sisters, who've been consistently, following us, dealing with us and showing us love. May the Most High bless you all. And I pray that you all have been gaining some sort of, edification through, the subjects and the topics that we've been bringing forth. We've had a few guests on here, and I also want to thank all of the guests that we had on here, before this episode here. We don't have any guests today. I mean, if anyone wants to call in, you're welcome. You're free to call in and, chat with us, But I really want to thank those who've been, on the show and who's actually helped this podcast to actually, move forward. You have been very inspirational. We've been having, sometimes it gets discouraging, just doing the work. It gets a little discouraging, but when we look back at the people who've been on the show and the people who actually tap in and listen to what we bring forth, it actually gives us a boost and it gets us up to do this thing that we do every Sunday. So all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High for you all. Thank you. And we have a topic today. Our topic is, should we leave America? And if so, should we leave America? And so is it time? We're seeing a lot of things happen, in America at this time. All over the world, we're seeing things happen. But it seems as though the calamities are the calamities are really strengthening and gaining a lot of, power over in America. There's a question. You don't have to agree with us, and we don't have to agree with you either, but it's just a discussion. If you don't want to, and I'm gonna put this disclaimer out there before we go in. This ain't for everybody. So my thing is this: we don't want to argue with anyone. We don't want to back and forth with you. You know what I mean? If you don't believe it's time to go, whether you agree or disagree, that's fine. If you do believe it's time to go, whether you agree or disagree, that's fine as well. We just don't want to argue with you. We just gonna put out there what it is that we think and we see in our opinions according to the word that we can see, and we're gonna deal with it that way. And if you have an opinion, that's fine as well. We can talk, and if we can have a constructive conversation without no one trying to throw rocks or nobody trying to elbow nobody or trying to get, that's fine. If we can have a humble conversation, that's good. And we welcome that. We welcome that type of situation. So, again, all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High. I don't know why this brother doing flips in the middle of the screen. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, I wanted to say something to that too.
Okay, bring it, bro.
This is just saying on what you was just talking about. We don't gotta hate each other because we disagree. It's okay to disagree, to have a healthy dialogue or discourse. You know what I'm saying? If you disagree, we don't really plan these things either. We pretty much and if we do plan it, we doing it individually. So we we might disagree on things, but we coming together as a collective and having a discussion. That's why it's called Freestyle Sunday,
Yeah, disagreements is okay. We can have disagreements. That's fine. We're going to have disagreements. The scriptures tell us that we all prophesy in part. We ain't got it all. You know what I'm saying? We ain't going to have it all. You know what I'm saying? Until, the Most High reveal it to us. So, it ain't all been revealed to us yet because all haven't been fulfilled. So, hey, it's just going to be like that. And it ain't no thing with having disagreements. That's fine. If you got a disagreement, that's okay. Maybe we can come to some sort of common ground you know, if you call in or you text and put your stuff in the chat or things of that sort, maybe we can, you know, come to some sort of common ground. But we won't allow any disrespect. If it comes to a situation in which we dealing with disrespect, name calling, and you know what I mean, things of that, we not dealing with that. We're not gonna hate you. We're not gonna trip out on you or nothing like that. We'll just block you, or you know what I'm saying, something like that, because it ain't no reason for us to have to have that type of situation and we claiming to have the truth. All right. So with that being said, let me ask my brothers. I got my two brothers here. I got my brother Ibar, and I got my brother Cortez Israel. I got my brothers in here with me, right? And like every Sunday, we together, right? I got y'all in here. What y'all think, man? Is it time to go? Hold on. Not is it time to go? Should we leave America? That's the first question. Should we leave America? Do y'all think we should leave? That's a question. And we can elaborate and go into some things, you know, or situations or questions and, you know, things of that sort of why we can support our answers why as we go on. So what you think, man? Let me start with you, brother Ibar. What you think? You think we should leave?
Me personally, I think so, you know, because all the stuff that we see going on, like why sit around and try and just sit through it or wait for it to happen at the last minute or something. And I'm gonna put this disclaimer out there too, because I know people always saying this too. It's gonna be everywhere. We know that. But at the end of the day, there's specific order that was given to us to, how to operate during these times. And then some of us, another reason why I say, yeah, it's time to leave too as well, is because some of us have certain handicaps that's holding us back. Like some people might have a bunch of children. You can't be operate like that, you know, when you got a bunch of babies and little ones, you got to carry it. And then some of us might have like your situation, Ben, with your wife's situation, you know what I'm saying? That's a heavy load for somebody to carry in these days with certain handicaps on a person, you know, that like it's just not wise waiting until the last minute to do something when you have all this opportunity to do it. So me personally, I think it's time to, you know, just make a move. And if you're not making that move, at least be prepared as possible. As much as possible, at least be prepared. If you're not trying to move or do what you gotta do to get out the way, you better have at least like 10 years of water. 20 years, you got to double up the food on that. 20 years of food, you know what I'm saying? If you planning on sitting here, because at the end of the day, when stuff hit the fan, there's nothing coming in and there's nothing going out. So me personally, I think it is time.
Let me ask the brother Tez, bro. What you think, man? Should you think we should leave or you think we should stay? I mean, and these and another, you know, like we said just a minute ago, these is our opinions, and we base our opinions off of what we can read in scripture and understand. That's how we base our opinions. These are our opinions. Now, if you may have a different opinion that might differ from what we have, and that's fine. Like we said earlier, you know, we ain't got a beef on that. We can have a disagreement and we can discuss that disagreement, and we encourage you to call in if you have a disagreement. That's fine. All right. But my brother Tez, man, what you think, man?
I think it all depends on the individual, because I mean you can, I mean, this a lot of what I've noticed, you know, and I lived abroad for, you know, actually a couple times, one time almost a year. You know, it's not. I don't think it's gonna be for everybody until it really get real. You know what I'm saying? Um, I think we kind of too much in our comfort zone here. You know what I'm saying? America is one of the places where everything is convenient. You can get everything at the touch of a button at any time of the day. I think that things have to get a lot more worse before people start, you know, really seeing that it's serious, which a lot of people are, a lot of people are. But me personally, if you're talking biblically, I mean, yeah, I mean, the scriptures, they already told you what signs to look for. We've been getting persecuted on every level. I mean, you talking about food, water, I mean, we can get into all those scriptures and stuff a little later or whenever you want to bring them out. But yeah, me personally, hey man, you gotta store up, for that winter and getting prepared, man. That's what we all about is preparing. But yeah, for me and my household, yeah, we've been preparing. But for the average Joe out there, I would say do your research, uh, build your relationship with the Most High, and be led, and gain some faith, not in America, but gain some faith in invincible, because yeah, America, it's time to go. That's all I got to say about it.
And I think y'all brothers know understand where I stand with it. I think y'all do. I'm gonna put it out there for everybody else though. Yeah, I feel as though it's past time to go. All my adult life, I've been a semi truck driver. I drove semi truck. I drove 48 states, all the states you can drive in America. I drove, right? 18 years. You know what I'm saying? I've done that. You know what I mean? And I've been all over the country. Once I saw in 2020, once I saw they started shutting down truck driving, one thing that keeps America moving is the trucks. Once you say, hey, I'm about to shut down trucking companies, once I seen that happen, that's when I knew it's over. It's crap. Because once you start shutting down, the logistics of how a corporation or a country is moving, you shut down the whole country. Just like I know one of y'all brothers work in plants. You know what I'm saying? If a semi truck is late with parts, that'll shut the whole plant down.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? You shut the whole plant down and you stop production. That's the same thing with the country. So when I saw that in 2020, I said, it's time to roll out. It's time to go. Understanding the signs. Now, that's just me. That's just me. Like the brother Cortez said, man, it's about the individual. Sometimes the individual can see things that works for them that may not work for, this side over here. For me personally, I feel as though it's time to get up out of America with all of the things that we can see happen. That's just me personally. Things I see happening and going on. And we're gonna get into a lot of those things as we move forward in this particular broadcast. We're gonna get into a lot of those things. But yeah, I think it's time to roll out. I think it's past time to roll out. Yeah. I got another question for y'all, man. I got another question. And I want y'all to, I know y'all gonna answer this seriously, honestly. What made you feel as though like, yeah, okay, it's time to go? What made you feel that way? And either one of y'all can go.
Yes, I so what made me feel that way is as it tell you in the Bible, in the Apocrypha, it tell you that in the second ledger, it tell you how the generations are gonna get weaker and weaker. And I think America is like ground zero for that. I remember being a child, seeing certain things that was okay and certain things that wasn't okay. And as a modern day time, man, America is, they got a lot of stuff going on. But hold on, hey, repeat your question one last time. How did
No,
it
I
see
said, yeah, what sparked your, what sparked your mind to say it's time to go?
Well, yeah, for one, in the scriptures, but what really, like you say, 2020, that time, I notice in a lot of countries when something happens, like something big, it could be politics or whatever, government, it brings them together to go against the tyranny of that government. But America, it kind of divides us into separate groups. You know what I'm saying? So say
Mhm.
something happened here, you know, it's gonna separate a lot of people. So when everything happened with the pandemic and everybody was in fear and all that, people was worried about mandatory shots and all that. A lot of people went to their own little clique. And it made me realize, like, hold on, we really not united in this thing like we really supposed to. So once I started seeing, you know, who was genuine, you know, where the love was really at, and the brothers that was really serious about, having faith and ready to just, get up and leave everything, I understood, these the people that I'm gonna labor with, and that's when we start drawing up a plan. You know what I'm saying? So once I seen that they can shut the economy down like that, without no notice or nothing, I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna let them catch me slipping the next time.
Hey, that's real talk. And you said something key that made me realize it was time to leave too. When you said basically like when things hit the fan, everybody basically was in their own respective areas doing whatever they doing when nobody really united like they claiming to be. And like you say, that right there in itself is a sign because wasn't nobody really checking on no like wasn't no phone calls really being called out on. When nobody coming knocking on your doors and stuff. So we was basically like the only one, like you say, we was basically the only ones gathering with each other and a couple more ox and they wives or whatever. And that was a sign in itself, like, yeah, it's time to be amongst those who I know I can trust and have enough belief that we can deal with each other and have each other back. Because at the end of the day, everybody come from different steps in life. So they really can't relate to certain actions that take place in life. Like an example I give is like when you grew up in a gang infested community, you was a part of that gang, you was down for that gang, you a ride for them. You know what it's like to ride for somebody. A lot of people didn't grow up like that. So they really don't understand what it's like to really have somebody back. And that's what I seen during them times. And then it goes back to like the shutdown and stuff. And the only thing that was open at that time was Amazon, and that was so weird to me. I'm like, why is this the only place open, but everything else closed? Like, you couldn't even go and have these stores to get something to eat. You just had to wiggle with what you had in your shelves and in your refrigerator. That was another sign because I'm like, sure, I'm not about to be in a situation with my family and I can't move around. We just sitting ducks. I can't do it. That's the frog in the boiling pot situation. So I'm like, shoot, I don't know about that one. That's when the Most High put it on my spirit. Like, yeah, get you and your family prepared for departure. And I understand it's not going to be peaches and cream all the time once we leave and whatever the situation is. But at the same time, it's most definitely not going to be peaches and cream sitting.
Hey, that's
Mm.
interesting. You use that gang analogy because it's always gang gang until it hit the fan, then
Yeah,
everybody for themselves. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah. And another thing with that gang thing, we was taught everybody was in your corner when you was up and doing what you was doing. As soon as you get locked down, wasn't nobody there to help you.
Hmm.
That's just a parable that I use with the situation we talking about. But yeah, it's crazy. Everybody was talking about brothers and sisters and hugs and we love you. And I remember when you came back, you went to hug somebody and they, oh no, we don't hug. Like, dang.
Oh,
Like that's when I'm
man.
like, yeah, it's over with. It's over with. Like we supposed to be in the same thing at that.
And to clarify, you know, we basically talking about we've been, you know, we've been in the Bible for years, sticking to it. The doctrine of the Bible, which tells you things get rough in the daughter of Babylon, that eventually you're gonna have to flee. So when these things start to transpire and it's time to make a plan, not even a move, but just at least a plan, a lot of people just don't, we are just different, man.
Yeah.
We're in a tribal era right now, but it's all love though.
Yeah, for sure. And that's see what you just said, plan. It really wasn't no plan amongst those who we gather with at that time or whatever that we call brothers and sisters. There wasn't no plan. That's why everybody was in their respective areas too, because it was really nothing put together for those type of situations. And I'd rather be amongst those who I know, like I say, I'd rather be amongst those who I know is willing to put in his work and do what we got to do and prepare. I'd rather be around them people instead of those who just come in with the fake hugs and stuff. And like you say, it's nothing against nobody. It's just truth. Like, shoot, the Most High done sent us through things in life for a reason to prepare us for these next stages in life. So we got to utilize what we learned. When we knew we was about to go get homeless and kicked out of a house, what we do, we prepared. We packed up what we needed to pack up, went and found some new shelter. We ain't wait to get thrown out. And that's the same thing with this situation. We can't wait till the last minute because then you just out there. You got to have a plan.
One thing we got to stop doing is faulting our people for, you might be blaspheming against the Holy Spirit when somebody step out there and leave everything. If you ain't never left everything, what can you say to that person?
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? That's not an easy task, man. Going over to the other side of the world. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what to expect. You just leaving out on faith. I know plenty of people that did it, man. I know plenty of people that did it and living better there than they are here in America because they had a little bit of faith. Your bag ain't secure here. We never secure, man. We black, man. We children of Israel. We don't have a secure spot nowhere. Your job is not promised. Your house is not promised. So when a brother or a sister step out and do it according to the scripture, you shouldn't treat them a certain way based on that. And if you do have a problem with it, come at you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's real talk. I'm glad you brought that out. That's
Hey, I was gonna ask y'all, brother. Can y'all hear me?
Yep.
I was gonna ask y'all, brothers, man. I was gonna ask you, like, do you think it's faith when a brother or sister choose to, roll out because they feel as though the scriptures and the Most High is telling them to roll out? Or do you feel as though it's faith to, you can read certain things in the scriptures and know that's what it say, like maybe I should go, but then sit back and say maybe I should wait a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like, or I think y'all understand what I'm saying. Maybe I'm not posing the question like I should, but I was gonna ask y'all that though.
I think it's faith if you do what the scriptures say. It's impossible to please the Most High if you ain't got faith. And so a lot of people, our people always depended on somebody to guide them from ancient times to modern day time. And I think that's the problem going on. Like when the Octez was just bringing out about how people will probably be blaspheming the Holy Spirit when somebody leaves because they see you doing something that they probably was scared to do. So now they looking at you wicked because you ain't need nobody to hold your hand. You did what the scriptures say. Christ held your hand and walked you through this thing. So I think that's the faith right there in itself. Sitting around, I think that's more fear. But hey, I think that's what it is. It's fear if you're sitting around waiting for somebody to tell you to move when we already had direction. Everybody know the Bible is a map back to the Most High, right? So let's utilize it.
Yeah, when I'll just read the scripture. This Hebrews 11:1. It says, now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Again, now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. So you might not know what's on the other side. The Most High tell you to go, you know, you can't call a brother crazy or he out of order because he's doing that. You get what I'm saying? That's what Abraham had to do. Let's go down. Verse 8. By faith, Abraham, when he was called to go out into a place which he should after receive for an inheritance, obeyed, and he went out, not knowing whither he went. You know, that's faith. You going somewhere you ain't never been, you don't know what's over there. By faith, he sojourned in the land of promise, as in a strange country, dwelling in tabernacles with Isaac and Jacob, the heirs with him of the same promise. Yeah, it is faith. Now you got people that leave out of fear, you know. If you leave out of fear, I mean, that's pretty much gonna show. But like I say, it's faith.
So another thing though, to I'm gonna ask Brother Ibar, because it was you that said it. I remember I asked. It looked like that brother might have stepped off for a second. There you go. No, I'm saying it was you that had said, like, it's a lot of people out there that say that'll say, hey man, hold on, I'm trying to figure out how you said it, because I don't want to make it as though I'm lying on you or nothing. But earlier you did say, you was like, some people will say, where we gonna go? Why should we leave? Where would we go if we leave? You know what I'm saying? What would you say? How would you answer them? Somebody that would ask you that, or that would pose that question to you.
Of course, I answer with scripture because, of course, we have faith in that word. The Most High, like I was just saying a second ago, we believe that the Bible is a map back to the Most High through Christ's walk, and there were certain footsteps that was left behind for us to follow. So I bring the scriptures out in a little bit because I know we got a certain part of the podcast where we do that, but like I say, I refer them to the scriptures in Isaiah 11 and show them that there was specific areas that the prophet Isaiah said we need to be at during those days. And then you go in Second Esdras, chapter 6. I'm gonna bring that out in a little bit too. It goes into how the earth was made for us. So why would we just sit in one area anyway? It's a whole world out here that we can journey off into. Be pilgrims in the earth. That's another one. So, like I say, that's how I would answer it with the scriptures. That's the show.
What about you, Brother Tez? What about you, man? Same question.
Okay. No, I was just thinking about and not to get off topic. I was just thinking about, remember the mass migration that happened when a lot of the black people, a lot of us in these big cities up north, we wasn't up here at one point. We was all down south in places like Alabama, Mississippi, all those southern states. And we had land to some degree after the whole slavery thing. But what did they do? They made, the North look like it was the place to be, come get a job, come live a middle class lifestyle, and we got a mass migration of us coming up here. So, and of course we were brought over here. A lot of the Western Africans were brought over here on ships. And then, we always moved around as a people, man. It's like, but I'm sorry, can you ask me the question one more time?
No, you was right on point with it, man. I was asking you, and you was right there with it while you was talking. Yeah, you was right on point.
Where will we go? My question, and I'm gonna answer it, but my question to people who ask, where will we go? Where would you go if you was put out your house tomorrow? You know what I'm saying? I would say, formulate a plan. If you got people that's like-minded, we gonna come into a time where it's gonna be like the Walking Dead out here. What happened in the Walking Dead? You had little colonies spread out, people that was, they cleave to their own. That's the time we gonna be going into. These cities ain't gonna be no good pretty soon. Like Ben was talking about the the trucking industry and all that. That control if the trucks stop coming in, you're not going to your local Walmart, your local Trader Joe's, all that. One thing that the Most High put on my spirit when I left, I seen I was in Eastern Africa. I seen a lot of the produce is right amongst you. You see the cows, you see the chickens, you see the goats, you see the fruit growing, you see all that. But here you don't see that no more. Not in the city. So that's a sign in itself. Just like your government provide these things for you, they can pull the plug on it. But where to go, be led by the spirit, man. Do some research.
Yeah, I think that's out cold that, we allow, you know, um, we allow government or those in power to have so much control over our food, over our water, over, just our land and things of that sort, man. I think that's like really like, man, that's heavy. That's heavy because when you leave now, I've been abroad. I'm abroad at this point, at this time. And, in these places, man, where you might go, outside of, where we from, outside of America, the government ain't controlling them, like they doing there. These people have some sort of freedom to where, the foods that they eat, the things that they will put in their body, the water that they drink, and things of that sort, man. They got some freedom with that, man. You had a brother a few years ago who was, about to get arrested. I don't know if he got arrested, but I know it was a video that he was getting ready to get arrested for collecting rainwater in America, for collecting rainwater. Why can't a man collect water for himself? If he died drinking that water, that's on him. That was his choice. He chose, hey, if it's like that, if that water, that's on him. But he should have a God-given right to, hey, I want to sip this water that just fell out the sky right here. I want
that
this.
was on his land.
He should have that right over here on his land. Yeah, In other countries, it's not like that. You can collect rainwater. You can drink rainwater. If you see an animal on your yard, hey, you get it together and you fry it up. If it's a clean animal, for us.
Right.
I think that's something that we allowed to happen throughout the years. And that was a huge detriment to us as a whole, not just Black people, you know what I'm saying, as people, period. As people, period, man. I remember when I was a little boy, man, I remember going up and down the street in my neighborhood, man. We had peach trees in Detroit. We had peach trees. We had berry trees. Bro, yeah, we had, hey man, I remember having
grapevines.
I remember it being pear trees.
Pear trees.
Grapevines, yeah, I remember all of that stuff, man, being when I was young, when I was a little boy, man. Now, I can't tell you where to find a fruit tree at in Detroit no more.
Only thing you'll probably see is the mulberry trees.
Yeah. So, and the thing is, we allow ourselves to be brainwashed into believing that something was wrong with that fruit that was on that tree.
Mm-hmm.
I remember about to eat the fruit off the tree, and my parents like, oh no, don't eat that. You better not eat that. You're gonna get sick. I'm thinking like, dang, I'm gonna get sick. Yeah, okay, I ain't about to eat it. But it was a peach tree. We had a peach tree in our neighborhood.
We had a big old apple tree.
This was probably in the 80s. This was probably in the late 80s or something like that.
Man, somebody said in the comments that, these people got us, right where they want us.
Hey, think about this.
Right.
Think about this though. When we was kids, you ain't hear nothing about no GMO or no gluten-free or no organic. Everything was organic. And this is how you know it's time to go, because we didn't hear nothing like that. So if now we starting to hear that, and I'm going to the grocery store here and everything is seedless, that's a sign right there. Yeah. It's right in your face. They're attacking the main source that you need, your food.
Yep.
It's not that they just attacking what you watch, your programming, they're attacking what you have to intake in your body.
Yep.
Yeah.
The art of war, food and water, the first thing that's taken.
But then you would have people,
And now,
oh, it ain't time, it ain't time. It's crazy, bro.
Hmm.
And it's crazy. Now check it out. Now that we talking about that the way we talking about it, what about this little train derailment that we seen go on down there in Palestine, Ohio? What about that? And then not only did we see the train derailment, you know, we saw that happen, and we see what's happening with the people there. All right. But what about them disposing of the hazardous materials in Wayne County, Michigan, which is, we know that's where Detroit at.
Exactly.
And I'm not saying don't bring it there because it's Detroit. No, I'm saying figure out something to do with it. You might as well leave it in Palestine if that's the case.
Exactly.
Because Palestine already contaminated. So just leave it there.
Man, you got secluded areas out in the desert. You can just drop it off there. But you want to bring it to these cities where people is at. You know what? Speaking of that first video I sent you, pull that one up. Since you get that one here, talking about the people.
You got it in the chat?
Yep.
Yeah.
Right.
They releasing every demon from Sheol or every part of hell on America right now. They're just allowing it all to happen at one time. Well, number one, the Most High is allowing it to happen. Because, you know, for the people that need to see, you know, that it matter to, you know, we need to see and be like, you know what? It's either time to start planning or getting the hell up out of here. For the rest of the people, unfortunately, you know, they just gonna go down with the ship.
You know, and the crazy part about it, man, it's like y'all saying, man, it's a whole medley of stuff going on. It's not as though it's just one situation happening. No, it's all type of stuff going on right now. You know what I'm saying? And we can actually see and understand, like, hold on, this ain't right. I remember when I was young, this type of stuff wasn't flying. Like, you know, in my lifetime, I'm seeing this place change drastically.
Right. I just sent it.
Okay. Let me see.
And it's doing it, and it's falling so smooth to the people don't even notice that it's falling. Because if it happened all at one time, people be like, okay, it'd be an outburst. So it's like increments of stuff going on. People don't even realize it.
Hey, imagine this though, right? Not even imagine this. Let's look at the reality of the situation. Literally, we were brought here as slaves. If you wasn't brought here as slaves, you were already here, and you were, you know, you were taken down by captives. So you were taken. We all, and you know, the Indians were slaves too. So you were slaves. And the moment somebody say, "Yo, I'm about to leave a plantation," they leave. You know what I'm saying? And all you can think about is come back and get a job. You know what I'm saying? Bro, you know, if you got the spirit of the Most High in you, man, anything is possible, man. This world is your backyard, man.
Yeah.
People talk about, well, what about passports and visas and all that, man? Okay. Hey.
Man, this brother, I done heard a brother say, did they need a passport to leave? What did he say? To leave Egypt? I'm like, bro, what? Hey, it goes back to, you know, how these brews, they get to hating on these Christians talking about they indoctrinated, but it comes to a point where these brews is indoctrinated too. But yeah, this the video right here.
So this, you know, the videos that we play is, you know, under the fair use disclaimer. All right. This is under the fair use disclaimer, and we're gonna go ahead and play it. So let me kick this off.
Nathan Izadik, he is a resident of East Palestine. He lives just 2 miles from where it happened, and he joins us now with his wife, Kelly. Thank you both so much for joining us. Are you concerned about being there right now?
Yes, we are.
Very. Very. I bet you are. Are you seeing effects? I mean, it seems from our perspective, hundreds of miles away, like there are dangerous chemicals in your town. Are you seeing the effects of that?
We are seeing them locally inside of our bodies, what we're experiencing. Local fish in our creeks have died. Oily sheens and coloration in our water. Constant smell of burning plastics and chemicals in the air. Issues with our dog, vomiting, acting lethargic.
You got it, bro.
If you heard real close, he said it's inside our body. If you rewind it a little bit when he first started, he said it's inside our body. You can go ahead though. It's another part I want you to catch too. You can go ahead.
It's scary stuff here, Tucker.
Well, it's horrifying. It's horrifying. It's a nightmare. And again, if that had happened in Washington, D.C., no one would be living there right now. Is there any federal presence? Are you getting the sense that anybody to whom you send your tax dollars every year cares about what happens to you?
Here you go.
At this moment, unfortunately not.
Whoa.
No. So there are no EPA officials in hazmat suits, no one from the Department of Transportation walking around trying to figure out how this happened, how to prevent it again, that you have seen. That suits.
At this moment, unfortunately not.
Pause it right quick.
No. So there are no EPA officials in hazmat suits, no one from the Department of Transportation
He asked him, he made a statement first. The news host said, if this was in Washington, D.C., would nobody be there? And then right after that, he said, anybody that y'all pay your taxes to or any federal type thing, did y'all receive any help or do y'all think they care? The brother said, absolutely not. So we see what's going on to these people that's in that area right there. They just out there, left with the waste. And you just brought up the situation where they talking about bringing it to Detroit or Michigan or whatever. They said they was taking it up there. So picture if they ain't catering to these folks, if it happened up here, you most definitely know it ain't gonna cater to the people in Michigan.
Yeah, that would create an issue in itself because the water source of I think the water source here is from Lake Erie, ain't it?
Yeah, I think
I know Cleveland is for sure. Cleveland is for sure. That's one of the main sources of water. So that would be like domestic terrorism.
Hey, another thing, man, y'all know I drove a semi truck and I used to drive a tanker. I drove and I used to pull material off of those train cars. Man, them things like almost indestructible, man. They airtight sealed. You know what I'm saying? If it's a fire, that fire got to be stupid hot in order to penetrate that metal.
You
know what this is what I heard. And in this news articles that say, that thing, the train was on fire for about 20 miles. It was on fire for about 20 miles. It wasn't just on fire, just quick little minute. Then they said let's. And then it's documents out there stating that that it was a controlled burn. This controlled burn was planned.
Hey, can I ask one question, bro? Because it's something that really my spirit for real.
Come on.
Can y'all hear me?
Yep.
And this is not, again, anybody get offended by this podcast, because I know this is very controversial, especially in the Israelite community. So it's not attacking nobody specifically, but we do use certain examples, you know what I'm saying? But what I want to say is, if you see all this stuff going on at one time, I mean, everything from the food to this thing happening to the wars to the this, that. If I had a big birthday coming up and I want everybody to come to my birthday party to celebrate it, would it make sense for all of us to put all our money to come celebrate my birthday or to make plans? You ain't got to answer that. That's all I'm asking.
Well, and that's the thing too. Like getting back to the subject at hand. With all of the things that we see going on, my mind, I'm like, look, it's time to roll out. Because we didn't receive prophecy. Christ didn't prophesy to us and give us the signs of the time to sit back and do nothing concerning. He prophesied to us and gave us the signs of the time, so that way we can look at those in faith, in good faith, and stay ahead of the trouble to come. That's what he gave it to us for. He gave it, look, the word is life. Faith in the word is life. Now, if you choose not to adhere or to obey the word, then guess what? That's death. All right, so Christ put prophecy out there. The word was out there for us to get it, understand it, and live. By doing what? By doing according to what the words say. That's what it was given to us for. It wasn't given to us for us to be like, well, I just sit back and wait because God loved me. Yeah, he loved you. That's why he gave you the word. That's why he gave us the word.
But didn't he say, pray for the land? Ain't that what they say?
Now, see, that's another thing too. Oh, go ahead, bro.
I was gonna say, hey, Ben, how many brothers and sisters we met from America being over there? Just being out and about. Man, I was running into so many brothers, man. Let me tell you my testimony, right? I went to the airport, man. Each time that I go back, it gets more aggressive, entering and coming out of the country. I'm like, they asking us all these questions at the airport. I'm asking the woman, like, why are they doing all this? She said, people is leaving America in droves, especially Black people, in droves. I said, wow. And then when we get over there, each time I'm running into, what is you doing over here? What are you doing? Oh man, America over. America over. I ain't going back there. Man, when I tell y'all, we're not just talking. You know what I'm saying? It's people that's just saying forget it and they just leaving. That's it. They don't know what's the future on hold, but they got faith. Faith without works. Faith without works is dead, but you need faith and the works. You know what I'm saying? We're not going to hide nowhere. You ain't supposed to go nowhere and hide nowhere. This work need to be done all across the world, man. It ain't just America. The Israelites somehow think that the Most High is just gonna save America because somehow America got the special Israelites or something. I don't know.
And
man,
you know what?
It's Israelites all around the world.
You absolutely right about it, man. And you know what? I've been hearing so many brothers, try to make it seem as though people, when they roll out, they're like, hey, this brother done rolled out. Hey, they scared. How is it a man is scared when this man or this woman or whoever left their comfort zone? Their whole support system, the whole support system that they felt as though they was comfortable in, that they knew they could hit somebody up and be like, hey, I got this situation going on. I got this happening. But because they looking at the word and saying this is what we're supposed to do because there's a judgment coming to this place. Somebody that jump outside that comfort zone just to go and trust in the word, in the Most High, how can that person be fearful or lack faith? Where that come from? How can you attribute that to fear? That don't even make sense. It don't make sense. The fearful, you know what happened when people get scared? You know what happens? When people get scared, they freeze up. They don't move. They don't put the work in. That's the thing, man. That's what gets me. People don't even understand what it takes. People don't understand what it takes. You got a whole family of people who rely on you, especially if you're a man. You got a whole family rely on you, and you uprooting them from everything that the world deem as your lifeline. Not understanding that our lifeline is Christ. My lifeline, Christ. So I ain't worried about what no man say, what no job saying, or what nothing else saying. All I know is what the word say. And the word said it, and I'm going to do it. Me and my house, we going to serve the Most High.
Yeah.
This ain't for play, man.
Who believed this report?
Ain't for the weak.
And that was said, who believed this report?
Exactly. This ain't for the weak. You got people out here speaking on people, right? They'll speak on people, but deep down inside, they know. They wish they had the courage. They wish they had the gumption. They wish they had it. But they lack the faith. It's the faith. It's the faith. I suggest that people get in the word, read, and listen. Go and get up under the elders. Go and get up under somebody with some understanding who can really teach you and bring forth understanding to you. Because faith cometh by hearing. That's how you get faith, by hearing the word. Go get in the word and understand it. Because the thing is, if not, you're gonna be too busy looking at what some other brother or sister doing and judging they walk.
That's real talk.
Hey, and we can't allow ourselves to, when we come out of the, we came out of droves out of the Christian church. We can't fault Christians for what they do, and then we turn around and do the same thing. For example, prime example, if the pastor didn't say it yet, then we don't know nothing about that, or we can't look that up or none of that. You know what I'm saying? Like we always fault Christians, like, oh, you'll try to show them something in the Bible, like, look, that's what we need to do. Oh, no, my pastor didn't say that yet. So you can't fault them for doing that, and you turn around and do the same thing.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Exactly. Every man must seek his soul salvation. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So it takes a work, within all of us. Don't get me wrong, everything got to be done in decency and order, but you can't just write stuff off because you
don't understand the walk.
Yeah, and it's like, and if you don't agree with it, that's cool, but you have to show me where it's wrong in the Bible. You get what I'm saying? Because if somebody doing something and I know it's according to scripture, and this is, for example, we're not gonna get into it, but the whole polygamy thing. If you can't show me that that's wrong, I might not want to do it, but I can't speak against it. And that's it.
Right. So let's move on, because we spend the time on people who done already heard the word.
Yeah.
Right. Let's deal with brothers and sisters who may not have heard or may not understand that America is Babylon, for one, and for two, that the Most High told us, his people, to come up out of there.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir.
That's prophecy. That was written in scripture. And I'm gonna tell you why. Let's get, you know what? I want to do this. Let's give a blatant, something really blatant. Now, America right now, this day, is known all over the world, and I know it because I ain't in America, I'm raw. America is known for homosexuality. It's known for perversion. That's what America is known for, all over the world. To the point where you almost don't want to tell people you from America. You know what I'm saying? They be like, oh yeah, it's gay over there. Like, I ain't gay. I ain't like that. To the point, and I'm serious. Yeah. I'm serious. That's what they know. Because you got these politicians going all over the earth trying to convert these people into whatever freakism they dealing with. All over the world. And now we come over, we go abroad and go to these places. They be like, oh yeah, but then we like, yeah, that's why we had to roll out, because I got these children, right? I got these children whom everything, all of the program, the social programs is aimed towards over there to pollute their mind and mold their mind and grow and raise them up in the way in which they want them to be. No, I'm not going to deal with fighting against that. So I choose to opt out. And what's evil about that?
Nothing.
What's evil about that? All right, but let's do it. Because now let me do something real quick. Let me share a video with y'all. If y'all didn't have no video, y'all got a video y'all wanted to bring out?
No, actually, I got this little article right quick. I wanted to read that. Go with that video before you go to the next thing.
Okay, bring it out. You got?
Yep. The brother said.
Hey, you.
Oh no,
hey, bro, you take control.
I just flipped the camera because I'm already right here. Instead of doing all that, I just flipped the camera so y'all can see. Oh dang! Hold on. Let me turn this off because the brother said something that was key. In that video, he said it's in us. You remember he said that, right? Can y'all see it? This is an article from the Epoch Time. And
We can't see it.
You say you can't see it?
Nope.
Okay, you're gonna have to give it to me then. My bad. Yeah. Just
Well, I can see it like you got it now. Right there, we can see it.
Oh, you can see it?
Like you got it now. Yeah, like that.
Okay. This is an article from the Epoch Time. And it says residents in East Palestine may already be undergoing DNA mutation. Lawyer alleges. Remember, the brother said that it's in us when him and his wife was getting interviewed. Oh, excuse me. They say ONG 52nd Civil Support Team members prepare to enter an accident area to assist remaining hazards with lightweight inflatable decontamination systems in East Palestine, Ohio, February 7/23. They say a lawyer representing plaintiffs who filed a lawsuit after the train derailed in East Palestine, Ohio, alleged that some residents of the town may already be undergoing DNA mutation after the incident earlier this month. So picture it derailed and all them chemicals or whatever got up in the air over there. So if the people get messed up, the water getting messed up. The water getting messed up, the food getting messed up, the crops, the land, the air, people breathing this stuff in. So everything in that area getting messed up. So picture if they bring that stuff to another state, Michigan or Chicago or wherever they want to take it, and they do the same thing. It's just going around like a domino effect. It say,
hey, hey, Mike, that stuff that they shot off in the air when they burned it, did that controlled burn, right?
Yeah.
That was the equivalent. And matter of fact, when I say equivalent, I'm being like, it was literally the equivalent, like the equivalent of Agent Orange. It was basically it, and it is Agent Orange because the chemical that they burnt off and set off into the air was the chemical, the major chemical that they was using for Agent Orange.
Yeah.
And what Agent Orange did was mutate DNA and cause cancers.
That's crazy. So if they DNA being mutated, who knows what they turning into or what's going into them. One of y'all, I think it was Ted's who said he had a video on something about some mutated people or whatever, zombie type people or whatever the heck that was. But who knows? But the second paragraph, it say, I'm not sure Norfolk Southern could have come up with a worse plan to address this disaster, says attorney John Morgan, who is representing plaintiffs in a class action lawsuit in reference to the train operator. Residents exposed to vinyl chloride, vinyl chloride, if I'm not mistaken, is a flammable substance. Or what it was, I think it's when the flames touch it, it becomes something worse or something like that. I forgot exactly what it was. It's a vinyl chloride may already be undergoing DNA mutation that could linger for years or even decades before manifesting as terrible and deadly cancer. Ain't that what you just said?
Yeah.
It's their lawsuit alleges that Norfolk Southerners made it worse by essentially blasting the town with chemicals as they focus on restoring train service and protecting their shareholders. Morgan told local media, WFMJ TV, as well as USA Today this week, Morgan did not provide specific evidence for his claim regarding DNA mutation. The latest lawsuit was filed Wednesday. His law firm, Morgan and Morgan's in U.S. District Court, Northern District, Ohio, is one of the 6 suits that Norfolk Southerners now faces after the train derailment earlier this month, according to the outlet. Well, people can go ahead and finish reading this, or, it's up under the Epoch Time, so they can finish reading. I just wanted to bring out that part with the mutation situation and what it's doing to these folks. That's why I had brought out that video when the brother said what he said about it's in his body and all that stuff. He ain't saying that for no reason. Like it's something really going on with this situation. I pray most high willing them brother and his family be okay. But you know, it's some stuff going on that people not really seeing. We'll look at stuff with a blind eye. We'll turn a blind eye to this type of stuff and say it's conspiracy or whatever.
You know, they always tell you what they're gonna do before they do it. That's like their whole little religious thing. And for the ignorant that don't know, you know, they had a movie that actually showed this whole situation.
I was just about to say that, Tez. It's crazy. Yeah, go
Talking
ahead.
about white noise, right?
Yeah, and what it say, it's where it happened. Where did it happen at?
In the same city. In the same city in a movie.
And check this article out, man. Like I was just saying to y'all, right? Check out this one here. I'm gonna start here where it say it's bad enough. Let me go to the top though and give y'all the source before I go in. It's from the Allegheny Front. This is a newspaper from Allegheny, I guess Pennsylvania. All right, now I'm going down. And you know Pennsylvania is right on the state line with Palestine, Ohio, right there. But let me read this article here. It says, it's bad enough to have vinyl chloride escape into the environment, explained, but burning it can create even more problems like dioxins. Dioxins are the molecule that we know we can get from burning plastics, Simchi said. Simchi explained. And dioxins was also a major component of things like Agent Orange, the defoliant in Vietnam. So dioxins are not good. According to the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency, dioxins are a group of chemicals formed from burning things like wood, coal, or oil. They persist in the environment and background levels are found throughout the world. Dioxins are highly toxic and can interfere with hormones, cause cancer, damage the immune system, and cause reproductive and development problems. U.S. Senator Sherrod Brown and J.D. Vance from Ohio sent a letter to the U.S. EPA and the Ohio EPA urging them to immediately coordinate regular testing and monitoring for dioxins in East Palestine and the surrounding area. Yeah, so this right here, they done dropped Agent Orange over there. That's why you got people saying it's like Chernobyl. It's a Chernobyl style event. Now, if you understand what Chernobyl was, that's where they dropped that's where they was doing the nuclear stuff at. Chernobyl. That place still is uninhabitable.
I don't like they implode America on every level.
Bro, they flipping these things over all over the country. It's trains flipping over all over the country. You just had a plastic fire, I believe, down in Florida. A plastic, and like you said, like we just read right there, that the when plastics are burnt, dioxins like Agent Orange is let off into the atmosphere. A plastic warehouse or facility was just, on fire, blew up the other day. Down in Mexico, right across the border, right across the Texas border, another warehouse blew up, plastic warehouse. Another one. Now, we know what's going on. They got Agenda 2030 going on, right? And dealing with the agenda, within the Agenda 2030, they got a land development, I think it's called the 2030 Land Development Act or something like that, right? Where by 2030, they looking to have these mega cities. They looking to have cities where, where they calling it clean energy and things of that sort. So they got pollution going on right now. I guess this is the pollution part of the program, to where they can pollute all of these sorts of areas and then begin to move people into these clean areas. And then when they get you in these clean areas, they got 15-minute cities for you. Think about it. I think it was 2 or 3 months before that train derailment over there, right? Before the train derailment happened, they was giving bracelets out, tracking bracelets that had all of your emergency information on it.
I just pray most high willing people take this information and really see what we trying to tell them, because it's too late in the game for all this partying and all this whatever our people doing right now here in these states, man. People still partying and celebrating and having fun like it's 2000. Like, man, it's over with. Like, get your family and your house in order. And like Ted said earlier, make a plan and move on it. So we too late in the game for this mess.
That brother then transited out of Babylon right there. Yeah. What up? What's up, bro? Shalom.
Shalom, family. How you guys doing?
Shalom.
Sorry for the
Bro. Yeah, man, we you know, and you know, a lot of people will tell us, they'll say, you know, hey, where would you go? Now, I did ask y'all brothers that earlier, right? I asked y'all, I said, where would y'all go? Now, I think I lost the signal at that time. So real quick, I'm gonna answer that. You know where I would go? I would just roll out of Babylon.
Yeah, it's a whole
You know what I'm
world.
saying? I pray and I had the Most High lead me, right? And I'm out. I'm gonna pray and ask the Most High for protection, and I'm out. It don't matter, because you know why? And see, this is what people not teaching. Babylon is going to be destroyed before Christ return. When Christ come back, those of us who believe in the scriptures, those of us who believe in the Bible, there will be no America. America will not exist when Christ returns. It won't be. It ain't gonna be no rapture. You ain't gonna be raptured. It ain't gonna be none of that. The Most High gave us instructions. He said, what? Come out of her, my people. That's what he said. That was the instructions. It won't be no America. So, hey, if you don't believe that, hey, it's only a remnant. And matter of fact, you ain't got to believe. I'm going to read it. Since y'all brothers here, I'm going to read it. Revelation 18:1. Matter of fact, no. Isaiah 47. Isaiah 47. Let me read Isaiah 47. Because I said America won't be here. So I'm going to start at 1, and I'm going to read down. Isaiah 47:1. Come down, sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon, sit on the ground. There is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldees, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. Take the millstone and grind the mill. Uncover the locks, make bare the leg, uncover the thigh, pass over the rivers. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man. I will not meet thee as a man. All right, this speaking of the daughter of Babylon, the same Babylon written in Revelation, the 18th chapter. The same Babylon. Right before Christ returned, that place will be destroyed. It won't be there. Christ said, I will not meet you as a man. All right, so that's what, you know, I look at the scripture, I see things of that sort, and I'm like, you know what? Maybe I need to get on up out of here. And for right now, because I know Babylon is set to be destroyed before these other kingdoms, I'm just going to roll out. And the Most High God, as long as I'm operating in faith and I'm dealing with the Holy Spirit in my decision, I'm out.
We ask y'all this though. How do you and it's not my personal question, but just for the listeners and people who ignorant of the word, or people who know the word, how do you know that that's not talking about ancient Babylon, or these things that John seen? How you know that's not talking about ancient Babylon?
For one, it
Can you
just
repeat
said
that?
the order of it.
Yeah, my
said, how do we know? How do we know that's not talking about ancient Babylon? Because you had a geographical location, in the Old Testament of ancient Babylon. How do we know that that's not talking about ancient Babylon?
Well, if you somebody who believe in the scriptures, I would go to Revelation, the 18th chapter.
Yep.
Because that ancient Babylon by that time was already taken down. It was already over for that place. So when John was seeing, he was seeing something futuristic. So I would go into, when I say John, I'm talking about John, Revelations, John the Revelator. I ain't talking about, So when John was seeing those things, Christ was giving him a vision of things that must come to pass. Matter of fact, let's get it.
I'm about to say we might as well go ahead and go in these scripts now. Get it out the way, because I was loading up my dang on stuff, brother. Where you going to Revelations?
Now let's go to Revelation 1:1. This is what I would say. We go to Revelation 1:1 first. In Revelation 1:1, it say, the revelation of, and I'm gonna read it as it is in the Bible. The revelation of Jesus Christ, which God gave unto him to show unto his servants things which must shortly come to pass. And he sent and signified it by his angel unto his servant John. So the visions that Christ was given John, the Revelator, was things that must come to pass. These weren't things that were going to happen that had already happened. So when you get to Revelation, the 18th chapter, John was given a vision. Revelation, the 18th chapter. And John is saying what he saw. Watch this. It says Revelation 18:1. It says, and after these things I saw. So this is his vision. After these things I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the Great is fallen, and is become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and a cage of every unclean and hateful bird. John is seeing the fall of a future Babylon. Because why? He's seeing things that must shortly come to pass. It says, for all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies. Now, when you look at America today, the merchants of the earth, when you go into that word, those are the exporters or the importers. When you go into that merchants in the Greek, those are the people who do export and import. So when you look at America today, America has waxed rich through her trade policies. She getting down with everybody. See, that's why she ready to snap out on all these other countries, because they trying to devalue the petrol dollar. That's how America staying afloat. America getting it in off of that. So, that's what I would do. I would go into Revelation, and I would go into Revelation, the 18th chapter, and I would begin to read that and parallel Revelation 18 with Isaiah 47, like I just read. That's what I would do for those who believe in the word.
Right. Well, hey, I got a quick scripture over here in Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 28. And the reason why I'm going here is because this is what's going on right now. This is what we're doing right now. Literally, we fulfilling prophecy right now as we speak.
Hey, Mike, sorry to do. Hey, read 13 first, because that'll answer the question that I had asked too. When you read 13,
chapter
18.
Yeah.
Chapter 50.
Yeah, you said 50, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Jeremiah 50 and 13. It says, because of the wrath of the Lord, it shall not be inhabited, but it shall be wholly desolate. Everyone that goeth by Babylon shall be astonished and hiss at all her plagues. Put yourselves in a, well, so, hey, that's crazy, because it say, because the wrath of the Lord, it shall not be inhabited. So the Most High is going, y'all see that big old kaboom in the background? Y'all see that kaboom? That's what the Most High gonna do. And these scriptures gonna go into it because Babylon is a prideful place. And we understand that pride cometh before destruction. Shoot, they took the covenant of the Most High, his rainbow, and put their pride on it. The Most High is peed off at that mess. He made that covenant for us and the earth to know that certain things wouldn't happen again, but these prideful people took that and said, we gonna do what we do with that rainbow. Pride cometh before destruction. The Most High is peed off, and everybody is gonna hiss at the plagues at this place. And then it said, shoot at her and spare no arrows. It's not talking about no bow and arrows. Back then, the prophets didn't know what rockets was. So in this vision, that's what he's seen, stuff shooting across that look like arrows. And what it was nuclear warfare. That's what they were saying at that time. The prophet Jeremiah was saying nuclear warfare. But I'm gonna drop down to verse 28. Y'all can, whoever viewing this, y'all can read the whole chapter and get into it, but we just trying to hit key points right now. Verse 28, this goes into what I was just saying. We fulfilling prophecy right now as we speak. It says, the voice of them that flee and escape out of the land of Babylon to declare in Zion the vengeance of the Lord our God, the vengeance of his temple. That's what's going on. We out here departing from these places, heading back north or heading back east. We're not going into that land. We're not saying that because we understand Christ's going to deal with all that stuff. But what we doing is we heading towards that way. But during this journey, we declaring what the Most High said in these scriptures to all nations that we go across, letting them know, look, this is what the Most High doing over there. Y'all better get correct and repent and pray and ask the Most High for forgiveness, what your forefathers did to the children of Israel, because judgment's going to come down on y'all as well if y'all don't. So this is what's going on right now, fulfilling prophecy. Verse, I'm going to jump over to chapter 51 right quick. Chapter 51, verse 6. Well, I start at verse 1 and read down to 6 right quick. It say, thus saith the Lord, behold, I will raise up against Babylon and against them that dwell in the midst of them, that rise up against me, a destroying wind, and will send upon Babylon fanners. We understand fanners spread the fire. So that's that wind right there that he's talking about. They say, that shall fan her and shall empty her land. For in the day of trouble, they shall be against her round about. The day of trouble, they shall be against her round about. These nations were surrounded and do what they do. It say, against him that bendeth, let the archer bend the bow. There go that bow again. Like it's like I was saying with this in chapter 50, the bow is missiles. Jeremiah didn't know what nuclear warfare was back then. It say, against him that bendeth, let the archer bend his bow, and against him that lifteth himself up, and his bridge, what is that? Bridge ganger, and spare ye not her young man, destroy ye utterly all her hosts. So everybody in the midst that's not trying to do what the Most High said, and we're gonna go down to a couple of more scriptures gonna tell you what the Most High said. But everybody that's not trying to hear what the Most High said is going to be destroyed in this thing. It say, thus the slain shall fall in the land of the Chaldeans, and they that are thrusted through in her streets. For Israel have not been forsaken, nor Judah of his power, of the Most High of hosts. Though their land was filled with sin against the Holy One of Israel. Now this is what the Most High said. If people don't want to listen, you're going to get destroyed with it. Verse 6, it say, flee out of the midst of Babylon and deliver every man his soul. Be not cut off in her iniquities, for this is the time of the Lord's vengeance. He will render up to her a recompense. The Most High is going to render a payback to the land for what they done. And I yield right there. Huh?
And you reading that out the Old Testament, right?
Not the Old Testament.
That's Jeremiah, right?
Chapter 51.
And people will say what? Oh, that's the Old Testament, right?
Kabang.
They'll say, that's Babylon from the Old Testament, right? That's what they'll say, right?
Yep.
All right. All right.
Yep.
Because I didn't finish reading. I had a couple more scriptures.
Oh, my bad.
Where I
Go
was
ahead.
reading
Go ahead.
that. And
Go ahead.
but what you did was great. Now check this out. Back to Revelation 18. Now we back in Revelation. Back to John's vision. And the fourth verse, or the third verse. I already read that, the fourth verse. It says, and I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues. So the Most High prophesied in Jeremiah concerning Babylon. The Most High is showing John. He's giving John a vision of an angel and a voice coming from heaven saying, come out of her, my people. That's the instructions. That you be not partakers of her plagues, for her sins have reached unto heaven, and the Most High have remembered her iniquities. Reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her according to her works. In the cup which she have filled, fill her double. How much she have glorified herself and lived deliciously, so much torment and sorrow give her, for she hath said in her heart, I sit a queen, and am no widow, and shall see no sorrow. Meaning, she feels as though she'll never lose a war. The patriotism is high within this place.
That's that pride I was just talking about too. Place is pride. Pride.
Exactly. The scriptures line up perfect. Now check the plagues out. Therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death, mourning, and famine, and she shall be utterly burned with fire. For strong is the Most High who judgeth her. So with us understanding the word and understanding these scriptures, because guess what? If the prophecies just stop in Jeremiah, then I would be thinking myself like, oh, that was talking about Nebuchadnezzar. That was talking about Old Testament, right? I would think that was talking about ancient Babylon. But because it's written in the book of Revelation as well, and I can look at it and say, hold on now, there's another Babylon. There's a mystery Babylon. So now I'm looking at it, I'm like, wait a minute. Now we got to read over here and find out what this mystery Babylon is. Mystery Babylon is America, which is going to be destroyed. Thus saith the Lord. Thus saith the Most High.
Even when you look in the Greek for nations, it actually specifies who's those, like the nations that fornicated, with Mystery Babylon. It doesn't necessarily give a distinction of that it is the children of Israel, but it gives us that all these other nations that laid down with the harlot and late or whatever the case is. So I was kind of like with the brother when he was reading Jeremiah 50, verse 5 also tells us, let's all work on our way back to Zion. And that's my take on it. Like, to start working our way back to Zion. We don't supposed to be comfortable in this land at all, because this is not our land at all. Get a passport, corners of the earth, and try to see where you and your family can find refuge and be able to deal with brothers outside of America. Another thing is pay attention to these big corporations and how their movements and how they're, going to be shipping their businesses overseas, and, pay attention to what they got going on, stuff like.
Yeah, we heard you. You said basically, yeah, what he was saying is basically, plan on getting your passport and linking up with some people doing some research, looking at some places outside of here, because a lot of these big corporations, as you can see, I think over like 200 of them actually shipping their businesses or closing down their businesses in the U.S. and shipping overseas. I think that.
Hey, let me ask y'all brothers a question though, because y'all still over there, right? Y'all brothers still over there, right? Now let me ask y'all this. Now I know it's people over there who may not have they may not have their passport because of certain situations, certain things that occur, right? Like for instance, they may have some cases on, right? They might have some tickets on, things of that sort. They may have child support, stuff like that, right? So what kind of solutions can we come to actually help brothers and sisters out who may be in a bind and can't really get themselves together? They might have to clear their name before they can get a passport or things of that sort. What can we do?
Like, to me, I would think,
I'm sorry.
I would think, especially those that's amongst a gathering or a body or a church or whatever, it would be good to do fundraisers and stuff like that to help people out, as well as, I don't know, fundraisers is key for sure, because that can help a lot. That can help a lot. And I don't know, it's other ways stuff can happen too. I can't think of nothing off rip, but fundraisers is key, especially if you're amongst a body or a gathering or whatever everybody want to call it. Some people call it camps or whatever. But that'd be my answer for now until I think of something else.
It may sound, kind of crazy, but I think you might have to have some brothers that will have to put their life on the line when it comes to getting us out of here. Just even like seeing how the movie 2012 was, and like how that brother, how that guy got his family out and got them on that boat and stuff like that. We might have to have some brothers, and sisters. We're gonna have to sneak over there. We're gonna have to get our what I would say smuggling and getting up out of here and doing. It's going to be crazy. It's scary at the same time, because you think about the lives that that's going to be lost once this construct is destroyed. And we're gonna also have people that's not gonna want to leave if we're gonna leave. That's why I was trying to say, remember Lot's wife, because a lot of people are gonna still have their heart in this place because of what they built here, and the status that they made. But for the people that that can't get out of the country, due to passport issues, those brothers might really have to take those chances to scratch tooth and nail just to even get to Canada, just to get out of, this place. So it's going to be very hard on those that can't leave and those that don't have passports or whatever. But the thing about it is, once they shut the borders down, it's not going to matter about passports anyway. So, I just look at what Christ says, Matthew 24, when we start seeing a lot of martial law going on in different states and different areas, and seeing how they're slowly shutting the nation down, that's when we should be trying to make our move, So, but anyway, those can be persecuted in one city for the next, like Christ says. So it's going to be chaotic all over the four corners of the earth, but try to find somewhere where it's, I don't know how to really say it, less chaotic, or where, where you can be able to have refuge at the moment until your next move. So, that's my take on it until we get to Zion.
Okay, so you speaking more so from a last minute catastrophic type of situation, like, you know what I'm saying, when it get down to the last minute. And I guess I really didn't formulate that, question good enough. I know it's gonna be like that. It's definitely gonna be like that, but I'm talking about to avoid a situation like that. In order to avoid a situation like that, what are some things that we can put or implement now that can actually, you know, help brothers and sisters who will be able to get themselves out of a situation in which they may be tied up legally and things of that sort. You know what I mean? That was more so the question. I didn't pose it, you know, like I should have.
And one thing, not to cut you short, but one thing a person can do is man up too, especially when you come to legally, because this just self-experience. Like I had legal issues, everybody know that. So what I did, I knew it was gonna come a day where I would have to departure from this place, most high willing. So I just manned it up and turned myself in and took care of this junk. I made the bed, I gotta lay in it. If I had to sit down for a second, so be it. But you have to take care of that stuff. You can't have nothing lingering over you. Because when that day comes, they will use it against you. Like, oh no, you got this. You can't get that passport. Or you got this over your head. You can't go across these borders. But like I was saying, that's why it'd be good if you're amongst a body or some type of flock or whatnot. It'd be good for fundraisers and people to come together and do some type of earnings to help these brothers and sisters out.
Yeah, like the
I
amnesty
agree with that.
program, like yeah, the amnesty program. They have it. Probably like every year or every 6 months, where you know, like brothers have to, you know, get out of that, and like you said, man up, go take care of them tickets and pay all that stuff off. Go to them amnesty programs where they're knocking them felonies off. You know, where you feel like you won't be hindered if you decide to go get a passport. I get a lot of those. My auntie, she's in a lot of those amnesty program things for brothers to get their felonies knocked off. And I'm gonna start sharing that more on my page and whatever, so brothers don't have to be scared to go up there. They're not going to arrest you, you know, just to be able to help you get those tickets and stuff taken care of. So yeah, those legal issues is definitely going to, you know, kind of hinder brothers. So, definitely.
Yeah, I say, first off, you got to be in the right spirit to be led. You know, I mean, you got to be led, because you can go anywhere and not be in the right spirit and get destroyed. You know what I'm saying? But I would say first, be in the right spirit. Number two, I agree with the brother as far as the expungement. Like, you can get stuff expunged off your record. You know, I've done it before. You know what I'm saying? Another thing, man, I was gonna say, if you don't have the opportunity to actually lead the country, because that is a big step, don't get me wrong, but you know, the scriptures tell us gather yourselves together. So, you know, gather some people, build with some people that's like-minded, and try to get out of the city the best way you can. Because, you know, if you pay attention to all these catastrophic movies and situations, what's the hot zones? It's the cities, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
People tend to panic in the city. You know, the lack of resources as far as natural is less in the city. You know, you want to go on the outskirts, or is you know, hey, somebody got to do it here too. You know what I'm saying? Just you know, but the main goal is to do what the scripture tell you. It's come out of her, my people. You know what I'm saying? I got a question for y'all too, man. What do you say about matter of fact, I can't even ask that question, and I was just gonna ask it. I always hear people say, "Oh, how you know it's not talking about spiritually or coming out of Babylon?" But it already answered it in Revelation 18 clearly when it talked about those plagues. I don't think those are like spiritual plagues; those are physical plagues. You know what I'm saying?
And death and famine. That's it right there. So
You
you
ain't
gotta
gonna
tell
die
me.
spiritually, bro. You gonna die spiritually and physically.
Hey, Revelation 17 too. The mystery of Babylon.
Hey, let me ask y'all brothers this though. Check this out. What y'all know about this? Y'all know anything about this right here? Because we talking about passports and free travel. We talking about passports, we talking about free travel and things of that sort, right? We talking about the train derailments, things of that sort, right? But what y'all know about this? This from CNN website. Right? It's an article. This was from today, matter of fact, February 26th. It said, how 15-minute cities turn into an international conspiracy theory. Now they claiming it to be a conspiracy theory, right? But they saying it's a conspiracy theory, but then when we go down here, they explaining to us what a 15-minute city is. What are 15-minute cities? Right? Type 15-minute, type 15-minute, sorry about that. Type 15-minute cities into social media and be prepared for a barrage of claims. The idea will usher in dystopia. People will be fined for leaving their district, or it is an urban incarceration. Now, I'm gonna tell y'all, brothers, I gotta pull that out. I'm gonna pull that article out. It says the concept, however, is pretty simple. Everything you need should be within a roughly 15-minute walk or cycle from your home. From healthcare and education to grocery stores and green spaces. The aim is to make cities more,
So that's showing that they basically gonna place you in these areas. You ain't gotta go nowhere. Look, it's right there. Go in, go out. That's crazy. Grocery store, education.
Yeah, but they trying to, well, see right here, they trying to pose it as though it's a conspiracy theory. It's CNN.
Right.
But you go to the WEF, the World Economic Forum, and you can clearly see that they planning.
Right.
Under the 2030 Land Development Act.
Right. I'm about to see you.
They say the aim is to make cities. Okay. Yeah, cool. Do that. They say the aim is to make cities more livable and connected with less private car use, meaning cleaner air, greener streets, and lower levels of planet heating pollution. We know that's true because they looking to get rid of all of the combustion powered vehicles and bringing forth the EV vehicles. We know that's true. It say around a fifth of the world's human-caused planet warming pollution comes from transportation, and passenger cars make up more than 40% of this. All right, now I ain't gonna read, I don't want to deal with Carlos, whoever he is. All right, but I just want to read that just because I'm just bringing forth the introduction to this 15-minute city thing, right?
I just put it in the chat.
Hey, do you think that the 15-minute city thing can have a connection with the train, the real thing?
That was like the case I was trying to build. I believe so, because dealing with the and I want to be I'm gonna speak in alleged terms because I ain't got the document right now. All right, so I'm gonna speak as though this is alleged. When it comes to dealing with certain pollution situations and contamination zones, and on Earth right now in America, in certain places, right? With this new land development thing, they're talking about displacing people, right? If you got a contaminated area, they want to take the people and put them in another area, in a controlled area in which they can actually control what's being brought, what they're doing. All right, that's what it's all about. That's why you got all of these things happening and all of these allegedly, that's why you got all of these pollution things, these environmental, situations happening all over the country. Alleged.
And I think a lot of people get it confused when we talk about these scriptures leaving, saying it's time to leave Babylon. We're not saying that America's going to end tomorrow or next year or even 2 years from now. But we saying the things that they have that they're doing is going to keep making it hard to live here. You know what I'm saying? So in situations, it might happen chronologically. Like you might have something going on over here where they trying to get you to come over this way. You know what I'm saying? Or they might have something going on in East Palestine, Ohio, they might be trying to drive people to Kentucky. Oh, it's safe over here in Kentucky, but with one condition. You know what I'm saying?
That's real tough.
Right.
Hey, I put that video in the
Yeah,
chat.
let me-
It's just a quick little short. I ain't want to take up too much time. It's just
Yeah,
a
I
quick
got
little
it.
video.
So, what is a 15-minute city? A 15-minute city is an urban planning concept that aims to make it possible for city residents to access the services and amenities they need within a 15-minute walk or bike ride from their homes. The idea is to create more livable, sustainable, and equitable cities by reducing dependence on cars and encouraging active transportation. This can include schools, supermarkets, parks, libraries, and other essential services. The goal is to create vibrant, mixed-use neighborhoods where people can live, work, and play without needing to spend a lot of time or money on transportation.
And look, what they not
Now
saying is,
that's what a 15-minute city is.
right. And what they
And
not
I-
saying is to get in them libraries and stuff, you would have to wave a hand. I was gonna send another
CBDC.
video, but yeah, I was gonna send another video, but it was longer. This just a quick little short.
It's,
And we take
it's to me, it sounds like it sounds like a concentration community.
yeah.
Exactly
Yeah.
what it is.
Look, they got turnstiles. The video I sent is crazy. Man, ain't nothing but the Holy Spirit. You even got this information because I've been looking at this for a few days now. And they got turnstiles. Like I said, you got to wave a hand to get through stuff, get through the next borderline or whatever. You got to. So if you got to wave your hand 9 times out of 10, that means you got that chip.
Mm.
So all this stuff is falling in place.
They actually, I think
And then-
they building something like that. I'm gonna have to, when I go by there today, when I'm after this podcast, I'll make sure to let you know this. I think over there by like the old Northland, what Northland is at, they're building something kind of like that over there, where it's like you got the housing, and then you have like the stores. It's like going to be like, it's something like that, and it's crazy that you played that video. So when I go by there by that way today, I'm gonna make sure to confirm that, because I was over there by that area, and that's crazy that video that you played, and it kind of looked like something like they building over there by like Northland, where the old Northland Mall is at.
Hey, I say gather yourselves, all nation, not desire. You think you're gonna be desired when you the opposition and you opposing all these? Because the majority of people just moving in one direction, man. You know, broad is the way that leads to destruction. All this stuff we showing right now, this is still like conspiracy to some people, man. You know, they just caught up in their daily activities, routines. You know, every year, you know, they drop the ball. You know, Christmas, it's the same thing over and over. And they keep doing that because they're trying to keep you asleep. But now they're trying to cause division amongst the people, and they're trying to cause chaos. You know what I'm saying? In the midst of them causing chaos, you're gonna have some people going this way, you're gonna have some people going that way. But if you ain't preparing, you gotta take the way that they already provided for you, you know, by default, because you ain't had no plan. So if you ain't got no food, you ain't got no water, no shelter. When they say, "Hey, come over here," this is the way. When it's a problem being caused over here and it's not livable, hey, you got to come this way because you wasn't planning. I mean, the Bible it tell you you got a plan. When you see that storm, you can look at the storm and see when it's coming. But you can, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, it's crazy. You said something about food, man. What's going on? How much y'all paying for eggs over there?
$90
What's
million.
happening with the eggs over there?
900 million.
$8.
$8 for what? For 12?
About 12 of them. Probably
$8 for 12.
Because I know 18 of them is what was that? 18 of them was like 14. So yeah, probably about $8. Yep.
All right. Look, let's bring this out because there's so much going on. I just want to hit a couple of points. I want to hit these points so that we can, get some of this stuff, out there. Because the thing is, there's so much stuff going on. These things ain't happening in other countries. It's not happening. Let me show y'all something right quick. I'm at Gateway Pundit. This is a website, right? I got an article right here. Can y'all see this?
Yep.
All right, we talking about the eggs, right?
Mhm.
Egg yolk. Now let's see here. Now let me read the top of the article. It says, study finds egg yolk blocks the Tony Roni virus in body at same time chicken farms are burning down and there's an egg shortage in America.
Wonder why it's an egg shortage.
Hold on. You see this?
Yeah.
Now this was Bowes-Rye, Connecticut in January. Bowes-Rye, ain't that funny? Bowes-Rye, Connecticut, right? And is that a coincidence?
Dang, that's crazy. Yeah. Coming out of Bowes-Rye.
Check this out. It say in January, several fire crews were called to a massive fire that occurred at an egg farm in Bowes-Rye, Connecticut. The fire occurred at Hillendale Farms, located on Shorts Road. A Colchester Fire Department told the press at the time that the large-scale fire has even caused water issues and more water tankers are being called to the scene. Now, hold on. I want to get this part down here so y'all can see this. I'm going to go down here to this part. Is this the part I wanted to get? Let me see. Reminder, promo code, whatever. Another 1.1 million chickens were killed at an Iowa egg farm due to bird flu in November. Now, we've seen millions of birds being killed, millions of chickens predominantly being killed last summer. Remember we was reporting that stuff. We was putting it out on the Sabbath lessons. Y'all remember that?
Mm-hmm.
They was killing all them chickens, man. It says, now here it is. It says there is an egg shortage in America today, and it's about to get worse. A new study published at the National Library of Medicine found that chemicals in egg yolk were effective in blocking the Tony Roni virus in the body. Did y'all know that? Did y'all ever hear about that?
Heck, nah. And we wonder why eggs is a shortage, quote unquote.
These people very strategic, man.
Strategic. They play chess.
Now hold up, because I got another one. It's a video from California University. California University is the ones who came through and broke the information. This was last year they came with this information. We ain't hear nothing about egg yolks, right? We ain't hear nothing about that.
Used as a preventive measure. The team involved in the process injected 2 doses of were kept in observation for 3 to 6 in this period. The his blood were measured in tune with June. Later, the antibodies were tested in laboratory. Well, there you have it.
And it's cheap.
Hey,
Yeah.
excuse me 1 second. Do you
Yeah.
do you remember that movie with I think it was Tom Cruise where like the aliens was trying to attack the people and all that and was like causing chaos in the world and all that, and people was like hiding from them and all that.
You
You
talking
remember that
about
movie?
World of War or something like
World
that.
of
When he was looking
yeah.
for a girl and his son or something like that.
You know what's crazy? At the end of that movie, they even the military couldn't take these things down. You know
Yeah.
what took them down? A bird flew on it, and it just all started
That's true.
collapsing.
Yeah.
It's crazy what nature would do, though.
And that's crazy. I'm gonna have to watch that again because those aliens had a weird little shape to them, man. I almost want to say like the shape like we be seeing what the Tony Roney look like.
It was though, low key, with the tentacles and the irons or whatever and all that. It's crazy y'all brought that out. I'm gonna mess around and go watch that again too, because I noticed them birds did sit on them and they just calm down or whatever. But that's crazy. Yeah,
But you,
that's crazy.
but you know the funny thing about it is, I remember when they was killing off all them chickens, talking about it was an avian flu going around, and that the bird flu could have started jumping on people after a while, so they started killing the chickens, and they talking about we would have had another pandemic, right?
Hmm.
At the time, it was just the Most High telling me like, you know, we need to look at this, see what this is about. You know what I'm saying? Now, what, 10, 11 months almost? We all the way down the line, and now ain't no eggs. They talking about ain't no eggs, you know, for people to eat. And if you got some eggs, they expensive as I don't know what. You got people, man, I seen a video of a brother trying to smuggle some eggs from the Mexican border. Got caught smuggling eggs, man. Come on, man.
Oh
Smuggling?
goodness.
When has that ever been a situation, smuggling eggs? It's probably been people bringing eggs over that line forever.
But yeah, you can bring drinks and stuff over there and not get in trouble. But eggs.
Man,
Right.
people need to realize, man, we're in a war, bro. Like they're very strategic. They're gonna attack. They're not gonna come at you, you know, with guns first. They're gonna come. They're gonna attack the food source. Then they're gonna attack your water source. Then they're gonna attack the air. And then when you're weakened, guess what they're gonna do? They're gonna come get you. They're gonna come get the men. They're gonna reprogram the children, and they're gonna take the women.
It's crazy you brought them children out. Because I was just thinking that's what they're gonna do. Like you said, take the man out the way and get them children. I'm about to send in a quick little video right quick. This a new way, they strategic, like Ted said, they strategic. This how they getting the children and making it look innocent. This crazy, bro. Hold up, let me get y'all together right quick. 2 seconds. I'm about to send it to you.
Yeah, that's what the vaccine, a lot of these vaccines and a lot of these cartoons and all that's for. That's for the children. Because they know they about to engage soon, man.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
They gonna engage, man. So now you dealing with war against other countries, war, you know, nation against nation, government against government, and you dealing with your government warring against you. So is it time? Is it time to go yet? You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. Stop playing. You and people be saying they don't have the money. They be taking vacations. You know
Man, I was just about to say taking vacations.
You got all the Jordans, you got all the Yeezys.
Yeah, but you ain't got the money buying new vehicles.
I don't have a lot of money, bro. I don't have a lot of money, and I have a family of 4 with 1 on the way. I've been I left twice. You know what I'm saying? You can work online now.
But you know what you got
make
though?
money online.
You know what you got that people don't have? What Christ said, faith of a mustard seed can move a mountain.
Yeah. Trying to give people a little bit of hope, man.
Oh yeah.
It's stuff out there, man. Because this system, when it falls, it's gonna fall hard, man. It's gonna fall so hard, the world gonna feel it.
It's gonna really be hard for the single mothers too. You know? So,
yeah. They're gonna attack them babies, and they're gonna be like, "Oh no."
For the single mothers.
Hey, y'all, I know y'all heard of the saying, the bigger they are, the harder they fall. What empire bigger than Babylon right now?
None.
Ain't none. So you know when it falls, it's gonna fall hard because the people so dependent on the system.
Mhm.
People so dependent on the system, man. They dependent on the system for everything, all of their necessities. All the
Mhm.
necessities is provided by the system. So man,
Yeah.
it's man, hey, man, it's I don't even know what to say.
It's crazy. Hey, that video in the chat, Ben.
Yeah.
This how they making it, showing the innocent way of getting the children and growing them up and programming them the way they want. It's the innocent way. I actually showed y'all this video a couple of months ago. I don't know if you remember, but you'll see when it come on.
Someone abandoned that infant
Man.
less than a mile from a safe haven baby box, less than a mile from a place where newborns are kept safe and also protects the mothers from prosecution.
So we wanted to make sure that everyone knows how this program works. Jenny Runovich is here with how Safe Haven aims to really make a difference.
Now pause it right quick.
These boxes in the Safe Haven hotline have helped Who's Your Moms in Need to render dozens of newborns since this program started 3
You heard what they said. It can protect the baby as well as keep the mother from being prosecuted. So you can just randomly drop your child off in any little side box on a building and not get prosecuted. Why? Because now they got possession of this child and they can do what they want with them now. There's no different from dropping them off in the garbage can though, because y'all still gonna pick them up and program them.
So look, the mother can opt out. She can opt out and throw her baby in that box. But a father can't opt out of child support.
Exactly, bro.
Babylon.
This place crazy, bro. Man, you can hit that play.
3 years ago. Now, these are boxes under the Safe Haven law that allow a mother in crisis to anonymously surrender her unharmed, unwanted newborn. They're usually at fire stations or hospitals. The baby must be 30 days old or younger. The boxes are like incubators with heating and cooling features, and an alarm notifies 911 as soon as a baby is placed inside so that first responders can take the child to the hospital. Now, this program has been very successful. In fact, just this year in Indiana, it's been able to help safely surrender 7 babies. Every single infant tracked through the system since 2016 has been adopted. And until Tuesday in Seymour, Indiana had not handled abandonment in almost 4 years. There are 14 baby boxes statewide right now, 18 all across the country. The Safe Haven hotline has had nearly 5,000 calls to date. It is staffed.
Do you think they hit up any of them
and it
fathers
lets
though?
women talk to a trained
Before they did
professional as they consider
I doubt it.
surrendering their baby. Now, here's that hotline for you. You see it right here on screen. We also have this posted for you on WTHR.com. John?
Indiana's latest baby box was installed just this afternoon in East Chicago. Another will go in Fortville on Monday. Now, of course, this is a story Eyewitness News will continue to follow very closely as police.
Hold on, what?
Yeah.
Police continue to search for the infant's mother. You can follow us online and using the WTHR News app for any breaks in this case.
Hey, I guess, man, they got baby drop boxes like, you turning in library book.
Man,
You know,
that's crazy, bro.
you could just go pop a baby out and then, dang, that's crazy like a mug,
That's
man.
crazy. I was watching the video, and while they was making the video, a lady just so happened to drop a baby off in the box while they was making the video. The fire, it was at a fire station. I forgot where it was at, but during the interview with the police, they was explaining what the drop box was. Next thing you know, the alarm started going off. They running off. I'm like, this crazy people is really doing this jump. But yet the lady ain't getting prosecuted, but that brother go to prison for 5 years for not paying child support.
Yeah.
They also know that women want to feel like they're included. Like, because it's some sisters, they really want to target our people for real.
Yeah.
They sisters sitting at home on a Saturday night, the friends at the club. Oh, they're gonna drop the baby off.
That's crazy.
I was just thinking about that. Like, I wonder if this will be targeted in our neighborhood where they just dropping these babies off. Like, they both blockbuster videos. This place is very wicked.
Start attacking them children, man. You ain't gotta look much longer. That judgment comes.
Yeah.
Most I don't like that.
Well, and you know the greatest sign for judgment falling on a nation is their perversion. That's the greatest sign.
As soon as you said that, I already know who name came to mind.
Who you got? Who name?
Wade's family.
You said who?
Dwayne Wade. That whole promotion.
I did. Hey, bro. Hey, I did see that sucker today, man. Him taking a picture with his son. Happy because his son finally got his name changed, and you know, whatever the situation going on with his situation.
Hey, can you pull that picture up? You think you can pull that picture up? Because I want y'all to look at something. Like his son don't even look too sure about that. He do in the picture.
Dwayne Wade.
He hold the phone up like, yeah, we finally made it. His son is in the back, like, you know.
It's some bull crap. He got me a wig on now and some high heels. That boy mad. That boy miserable.
Yeah, you already know. That hey, he living his life through it. Hey, you know how most fathers be like, man, my son out cold on the court. He tackled him on the football field. This and that, right? Man, that brother, they be living through they child.
Dang,
you know what I'm saying? It seems as though he living through his child, man.
That's probably why that first divorce didn't work out.
Not just that though, they gonna get paid for that, man. They gonna get a lot of money off that.
They sacrifice, yep, to their God. And speaking of that sacrifice, I just put a video in there to show what God they sacrificing their kids to.
Now, what's your intake on, like, since you're speaking on this, the Dwayne Wade situation, and, do you blame him for having Gabrielle Union come in? And because some people blame her for the destruction.
Man, it's his fault. He's a man. That's his children. Dwayne Wade, man, I ain't
because a man supposed to be the protector, man. You supposed to be protecting that child, man. It don't matter if the woman came in. It ain't got nothing to do with her. I mean, it got something to do with her because she there, but she only there because it was allowed for her to be. But look at this right here, man. Look at this boy. Just like his daddy, man.
It was like a selfie though that he had with him. Hey, look at me, they got me, man. They got me.
And that's terrible, man. I want to say something, but we'll probably get flagged. So I'm gonna bite my tongue on them.
Right. You know, that's crazy right there. You know, you got drag queen story time. You know what I'm saying? You got people claiming to be I put something out there earlier about people claiming to be a pansexual, man. Pansexual, that means you sleeping with whatever. It don't matter what you lay with, as long as you get pleasure.
Yeah,
that's
we
what
know
a
pansexual
is, right?
We know exactly who pan
is.
Pan
is Satan. That's right, yeah.
Anybody with children right now, it's not much you can really do right now. Because look, you got to go to work 8 hours out the day at least. You got kids. You gonna send them to school? If you're not sending them to school, do you have a significant other to stay at home with them? If you don't have a significant other to stay at home with them, you know, who's gonna do the homeschool? You know what I'm saying? So they you know, our back is against the wall right here, man. You know what I'm saying? Because what they doing, drag queen story times and all this, they're trying to indoctrinate your children, man.
Yeah. Yeah. And like you said,
that's what I'm.
Oh, go ahead.
I'm saying that's what I'm not gonna allow, and that's why I chose this. That's why I said it's time to get up out of here. And I took my family and we rolled out. You know what I'm saying? So that's my decision. You understand? Understanding that, you know, it's deeper because okay, yeah, I can come out of Babylon spiritually, but what about my impressionable children? What about my impressionable children who watching these cartoons, who watching these TV shows? I remember what it was like when I was a child. Now, I got family members who, you know, they go that way, right? I remember what it was like to be about 4 or 5 years old and seeing them and dressed up like a man and how confused my head was seeing that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not finna put my children through that if I don't have to.
Hey, but
If I can listen, yeah.
No, I was gonna ask you, do you see a difference in your children from when they were here versus being there or leaving Babylon or America?
I definitely do. Because my oldest son, man, one thing about my oldest son, the boy's smarter, man. Listen, the boy's smart as I don't know what, but he ain't scared of nothing. He ain't scared to do nothing. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to certain situations, he down for it. He ain't scared. You know what I'm saying? So I noticed he was starting to get in some trouble, you know, before we left. Things was happening. And I'm like, nah, because you know, I ain't letting it go down like that. You know, so I had to roll out. So with my oldest, yeah, I definitely see my oldest and his brother, the two oldest. Yeah, I see a definite change in them. The younger ones, they was really too little to really you know, for them to really be seeing a change. They was just children, you know, just little children. But the boys, the older boys, they was beginning to turn into, you know, young adults, teenagers. And I started to notice a change in them right before we left. And I was like, nah, it's time to go. I ain't noticed no homosexual, no fruit ball change or nothing like that. It was more so trying to deal with people in the streets and stuff. And like, you know, I'm like, nah, we got to get up out of here.
So in so many words, you basically saved your kids, you know, their innocence and you know their life in so many words, making that move.
Hey man, all praises to the Father. You know, it ain't been no situations like that. You know what I mean? They've been good.
But what about that bag though, man? Why you ain't stay for that bag?
Hey man, look, and that's something we was talking about earlier before we came on. A lot of people's source is the world. They resort back to what they knew or what they know. You know what I mean? Nah, man. Christ is the source. You see what I'm saying? My source, I deal with the Most High. I plug in, and I'm operating in faith, bro. That's what my riches is, man. I'm not dealing with, you know, I ain't dealing with that.
Hey, somebody said.
So that's what we was talking about that earlier. But go ahead.
No, I'm about to say somebody in the chat said they could be using them baby boxes as an opportunity to put them chips in them babies.
They could be using those baby boxes for a lot of things. They could be using it to sacrifice those babies.
Yeah.
They could be using it to indoctrinate them. They could be using it they could be using them babies for satanic rituals. They be molesting them and doing all of that weird stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
ain't no telling what they using them for.
Them babies can be your future mayors over these smart cities, man. Hey,
yeah,
it's interesting you said that. It's interesting you said that about the bag because me and Ibar, we was out you know, trying to do some work, man. We ended up trying to deal with some homeless people, and we had ran into a woman that be on a corner, and she stand on that corner every day. And what she be doing, like planting
she just be tilling the land, growing.
Yeah.
It was just a bunch of dirt and grass, but when she got over there, flowers and stuff started growing. So she basically just tilled the land. She said God told her one day to get out here and do it, and I provide for you. She said she's been out there for 3 years, been provided for and everything.
Hey man, I didn't question it, but I was kind of like, you know, hey, that's 3. I think she said like 5 years, 3 to 5.
Oh, it could have been 5.
Yes, and I was like, wow, that's crazy. But then as soon as we was talking, I'm talking about like 3 people rolled up, like here, giving the money, here. Like, dang, she was saying she ministered to her people and she helped people, and you know, so don't think that, you know. See, that's what Satan wants you to do, man. He wants you to be solely dependent on him. He provides you the job, you get payday Thursday or Friday. So after so long, you're content with going to work, coming home, going to work, come home. Nah, that's your faith system. You get what I'm saying? But if you be like, you know what, I want to walk away and go, tap into a whole nother source. And what everybody call you? They call you crazy. It's all by design, man. It's all by design.
Ain't that what she said they was doing? They call her crazy because she quit her job at Wall Street.
Man, most of these people we see out here on these streets, man, they be some pretty prominent people that used to be, higher up, big producers that was in LA, people that used to work with Wall Street. They be the ones on the street, man. You know what I'm saying? Everybody don't be strung out on the street. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them do because that's how they cope with things, but a lot of people just be normal, like sitting out there. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Hey Ben, if you can
You would
play
be
that
shocked.
last video I sent you when you ready.
You would be shocked, man, at the people you will run into. If you just give it time and talk to them, man, you will be shocked at their story, man.
Mm-hmm.
There'd be some people having some stories, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Wasn't the one brother like a record producer or something, Tess? The one brother on the side of the freeway over there by Dominico House? He said he was some. I forgot what he said he was.
He's a big time producer.
Producer, okay, yeah. So yeah, a lot of these people have high positions, they just fall flat somehow. Maybe Most High take stuff away the same way he give it for a reason though sometimes.
And they have an advantage over us, going in society dependent on the system because they kind of already have a level of being off of the system. So when everything fall, they right at home. But everybody else gotta adjust. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's a form of leaving Babylon too.
Statue that
You know what I'm
sits
saying?
atop a courthouse in New York City sends a dangerous anti-life, anti-Christian message and is, in a word, satanic.
It's basically going into the child sacrifice thing we just talking about.
That's how you know it's over for Babylon, boy. They messing with them kids on some perverted junk, boys. Oh, come on, man.
A statue that sits atop a courthouse in New York City sends a dangerous anti-life, anti-Christian message and is, in a word, satanic. That is this week's Speak Out segment. There's a new menacing 8-foot-tall statue sitting atop a New York courthouse that was designed by a pro-abortion artist. The artist says that the statue is meant to break barriers and is an homage to the late Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg, as well as to Roe v. Wade. The statue is named Now. Its artist says the work is meant to convey that women need to act now to effect change so that they can keep having abortions. This freaky statue has braided goat-like horns and arms that look like snakes. And it bears an eerie resemblance to the mascot of the Satanic Temple, a group that has sued many states with pro-life laws because they believe abortion to be a, quote, religious ritual. There's another statue just like this in Madison Square Park. It has the word Hava written on it. Hava translates to Eve in some languages.
Whoa, that's a lie. Hold on.
That's a lie. Because my daughter's name is Eve in Hebrew, and it's Shabbat. It's not what they said.
Well, she said in certain languages, so that ain't talking about the Hebrew.
No. When you break it down, she gonna go back to Arabic and Hebrew. That's what she gonna say. If you see another interview,
hold
that's
up.
what they say.
Hey, did you notice what she said, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, she said they see abortions as a religious ritual, and then said the name Hava is on there.
Yeah,
I'm gonna rewind it real quick.
That's another statue over in Central Park. I meant to bring it up, but I'm glad she actually put it in this thing right here.
Goat-like horns and
my
arms
bad.
that look like.
What'd you say?
No, the Hava statue is another one that they got in Central Park. Same city though, or state or whatever you want to call it.
Snakes, and it bears an eerie resemblance to the mascot of the Satanic Temple, a group that has sued many states with pro-life laws because they believe abortion to be a, quote, religious ritual. There's another statue just like this in Madison Square Park. It has the word Hava written on it. Hava translates to Eve in some languages. And the artist says that this was intentional because, quote, Eve was the first lawbreaker. How sinister it is to compare an emblem of abortion to Eve, the first woman. This artist seems vehemently opposed to tradition and the truth about the beauty of women. The truth is, abortion is ugly, and it is the downfall of women. This statue should be taken down because it sends a terrible message to women and the world about how to live out true femininity.
Oh my goodness.
And Kava, huh?
Right.
I know one of y'all got that. I got it right here.
Okay, get that, and then I'm gonna bring this article out. Get that, and I'm gonna bring this article out. I got it.
Let me show y'all what Hava is in Hebrew. For those that don't know, can y'all see my screen? They probably can't, can they?
You gotta back up.
That's all right.
Yeah,
can
you
see
gotta
it?
back up.
No, ain't gonna see it.
There
Right
you go.
there.
See right there. Well, you
all
go too far, but we know where you're going. You just
Don't
put it
worry
in the
about
chat
it.
or
Let me turn the
something.
screen off. No, I'm gonna turn the screen off for a second. Because I want to see this. This the background that's tripping.
It's crazy you brought that up. Most High Willing, a sister in the chat. I was just breaking this down to a sister in the chat last night. Or
Let's see it. Bam, there we go. We're Hava. See that? That's higher. Let's go here. Hava. Right there. On this side. Bam, Hava. Y'all see that? Y'all see that?
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. My background ain't that bad. Hold on, look. Y'all see that right there?
Yep.
Is it clear?
Oh, that's higher right there. You got it on.
No, it's Hava right there. You see it now? You ain't looking on the Zoom, is you?
Yeah, I'm looking on the Zoom. It's the orange and yellow highlight or the yellow and pink highlight?
Orange and yellow.
Yeah, you got to scoot over.
You got to move it over a little bit.
Yeah, because it's on higher.
Which way?
To
For
your
real?
left.
I can see it.
Yeah, it's like the opposite
Okay,
direction.
I see
Right there. Yeah. Now. Yeah.
Oh, you can see it right there?
Yeah, be still. Mischief,
can see that or no?
mischievous, iniquity, naughtiness.
Fallen.
That's Hebrew. That's Hebrew.
Can I interject a little bit on that?
Hava. That's that God in Hebrew from the Bible dictionary. Strong's Bible dictionary.
Yeah, Jake.
You want to interject?
He was referring to the Greek. I mean, but yeah, that does mean Hava in the Hebrew is what he's saying. When you look in the Greek, because when you read 1 Timothy chapter 2, verse 13, it says, for Adam was formed, then Hava. And then Hava in the Greek is Eve.
So basically, the worship of the mother deity, though, right?
Yeah, she was referring to it. Hava in the Greek is Eve.
Hey, I'm gonna get this scripture.
Well, either
right
way,
here.
it's wicked.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, it's 1 Timothy 2 and 13. Because I was looking it up too as well, and I had thinking I see that Hava is the G2096 in the Greek. If you guys can check that.
Hey, you know what's interesting? My bad.
With a C. No, go ahead.
No, you bring it out. You on point with it. Bring it out.
I was looking it up. It say it's Kava with a C. Now, did she say Kava or did she say Hava?
Hava with an H.
Right.
H-A-V.
Did she say
Kava or Hava with an H?
See, Kava with a C just means first woman. I know that because I studied that for my daughter name. And look, that's what it say, the first woman. Ain't that what it said?
It just says in 1 Timothy 2 and 13, it just says, for Adam was formed was first formed, then Hava. And then when you look in the Greek for Hava, I'm reading on the letter, it says G2096. But it says E.
Yeah,
But
well,
either way it goes, her point was like they're basically saying like Eve was the rebellious one when it came down to in the beginning and listening
Right.
to the serpent. So like I mean, yeah.
Hey, it's interesting how they doing it though, because you know what we dealt through the pandemic. You know, believe it or not, a lot of that campaign was targeting the elderly. If you ask people how many people do they know in their family that died in the last few years since 2020, a lot of people, you'll be surprised, man. Or my grandmama died, or my uncle died. A lot of the elderly was taken out the way during that time. So what happened after that? You know, you hearing about all this, oh, woman versus man, black woman versus black man. You know what I'm saying? This whole thing about that. So now you got the elderly taken out the way of a lot of homes. Now you got, you know, the man and the woman having this continuous friction. And what are they trying to come after at the end of the day? Kids. You know
The
what I'm saying?
children. Yep.
That's what they want, man. The children.
So, hey, I'm gonna read the scripture right quick, and I'm gonna get an article on that statue, because when he just pulled out of that Strong's with the Hava or the Hova or whatever, it was a word in there that said fallen. I'm going to Isaiah 14 and 12 to show who that statue really represents. Isaiah 14 and 12, it say, how art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which did weaken the nation? So they basically telling us in plain sight the guys that they worshiping as well as sacrificing these children to. Now I'm gonna go over here to this article. And basically that statue name is Lilith. And Lilith is basically a feminist demon. They say, who is this Lilith? Despite her dark origins, she has become an iconic or feminist and now the patroness of abortion. Check out her connection to Adam and Eve. Get out of here with that crap. So I'm gonna drop down to here. Just say, where we at? Okay, who is or slash was Lilith? I kid you not. Lilith is a sexually wanton demon that comes in the night and steals newborn babies. The name Lilith actually means night. As you will see, she is the tailor-made patroness or icon of the abortion movement. Just so happened, what did they do with this statue? Put her on top of the courthouse and have her represent abortion. The same dang on statue is the same demon that I'm reading about.
Hey, y'all must have planned that out. Y'all must have spoke with Jake. Y'all had a huddle up before all this and figured all that out.
Heck, you know.
You saying you did? You lying?
No, we didn't. No, we didn't. No, we
how that worked?
At all.
He said huddled up.
It's the spirit, man.
Hey, it's just the spirit working, man. Yeah, buddy. Yep. But it say Lilith appeared to be the surviving member of an ancient class of feminine demons known to the Babylonians, ancient Babylon, daughter of Babylon, known to the Babylonians and other Mesopotamian people as the Lilitu, the Sumerian king. Well, that's all it, but I just wanted to show who was this statue really was and what did it represent.
Hey man, these people, they study the occult.
Yeah.
You know, people don't be understanding, you know, certain things that they be, you know, symbols that they use and things of that sort. Man, they study the occult. They worship these gods.
Yeah. Yeah. And don't nobody got no imagination that deep to really just come with something. Like a girl tried to tell me this when I used to work at Applebee's. She said I said the same junk to her because we was talking about the Bible, we was talking about something, whatever. But she said they make Marvel I say, what the heck is Marvel? She talking about comic books. I'm like, oh my goodness. So, because I said the same thing. Don't nobody got an imagination that deep. So she basically referred the Bible to a comic book. I'm like, man.
Probably because she understands that the characters represent gods, you know?
So I think she was just talking out the side of her neck or something. But I know what you're saying, though.
And to prove they was doing that in Babylon, it's Jeremiah 19:5. It say they have built also the high places of Baal to burn their sons with fire for burnt offerings unto Baal, which I commanded not, nor spake it, neither came it into my mind. So a lot of these abortion clinics and all these places, it ain't nothing but, high places for other guys to come dump your baby off. You don't know what they're doing with the baby parts when you leave that place. You just trying to drop off, you just want to, do away with your child. But it's a ceremonial ritual going on with that, man.
Yeah. And abortion clinics all over the hood. Hey man, and that's crazy. Didn't they do away with abortion in a lot of these places over there? A lot of states, right?
Well,
what state was that? That was Indiana, right? That was Indiana, right? They was talking about dumping off the baby, right? At the fire department.
Yeah, and they were talking about setting up in Chicago too.
So was Indiana one of them states that
I don't know. I'll have to look into that. I ain't think about that, Ben. I know what you're about to say. I don't know. I'm gonna have to look into that.
Yeah, because that's crazy. Because now they coming up with a whole different thing. Like, hey, drop your baby off. You know what I'm saying? Now you dropping off babies, ain't no telling what's going on. They still got a way, to deal with their ceremonial, rituals.
And the reason and the significance of all this being brought out is to show you why America is doomed for destruction. A lot of, contrary to popular belief, a lot of us was taught that, pledge of allegiance to the flag. Basically, this is a godly nation. Just by it being established, you had millions and millions of people killed, murdered. And not only after that, the military went all over the world under the name of America and murdered, killed. People getting murdered, killed. So do you want to ride in the back seat of somebody that did that or that spirit? You know what I'm saying? Like everybody be like, oh, we gotta go over there. Stop saying we. Do you want to be affiliated with this? It's like somebody just rode around and pull off 10 people's head and they pull up and get you get in the back seat. Oh, we about to go to war with China. Oh, we about to
Right.
Not me, brother.
Hey, that's like
you about to go to war with China.
We sick. Oh man.
But for our people, that we is, like exactly what you said, Bob. I mean, Mike. Exactly what you said. He's sick. We's going to war.
We's house on fire.
A lot of them people, all the patriotic people, let the other nations be that, man. They get mad. Iran. That's the spirit that they got to hold. We ain't supposed to have that, man. We should be happy this place about to fall, man. You just got to step aside. You know what I'm saying? It's like the Most High come and tell you, like, hey, man, if somebody, not even the Most High, let's say somebody pull up to your block, like, hey, man, I'm about to shoot this place up. Y'all don't be around here at 8 later on. If you still around there, it's your fault. He told you he's going to shoot it up. He told you it was going to get shot up.
That's real spill.
Most High said he going to destroy this boy. You know what I'm saying? That's what he said. That's what he said. Nah. Hey, where your faith at?
I want to say this too, though, because what's so crazy about us having this conversation about leaving America and stuff like that, and people will come with this notion of plea doctrine. Now, we not trying to say nothing about no flea doctrine or anything. We just letting people know it's a destruction that's coming here. You know, Habakkuk 2:12 even tells us, woe to the city that's built on blood. So this place has a judgment. So if people thinking that the Most High is not going to judge America and just thinking that America is going to keep thriving, you have another thing coming. So, you know, there's no such thing as the American dream that was told to us through the media. So, you know, it's, you know, our people need to wake up, come back to the statutes and the laws and have faith in the Most High. And like I said, try to find some refuge outside of America and, you know, and deal with brothers. It's scary, it's getting real scary even for our children, you know, because just with the baby thing, you know, they could just drop the baby and then, hey, they right there with the white robes and blue gloves, ready to put the jab in them, send them to the indoctrination schools, and then there you go. You got a Mantrell candidate that can, you know, go out there and do the programming for them. So.
Hey, Ben, you have more videos?
Hey, off of what this brother just said, now he said, you know, having to get up out of Babylon, you know, and certain, you know, man, listen. And people talking about a flea doctrine and things of that sort. Listen. There's been places that were prophesied to be destroyed before Babylon. The Most High prophesied many nations to go down, and they went down. What you think happened with Babylon? Persia, Greece,
Assyria,
Assyria, Egypt. All of these places was prophesied to fall, and they fell. You know what I mean? I don't get people's attachment to Babylon. But let me read a scripture real quick. Jeremiah 28:8. Let me just get this real fast. Jeremiah 28:8. The prophets have been before me, and before thee of old, prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms of war and of evil and of pestilence. So this ain't nothing new. This is nothing new. You understand, the Most High been bringing forth brothers and putting the spirit on them and showing them and giving them understanding concerning things that's going to happen within nations. This ain't nothing new. The Most High told us to get out of plenty places. What he told Lot? He told Lot to get up out of Sodom. Sodom was destroyed. Lot's wife looked back. Her heart was there. She was destroyed. And you know, a lot of people look at Lot and they'll pull the wrong idea out of there because Lot waited to the last minute, right? Now, the things that was written aforetime was written for our learning. So the thing is, we're supposed to learn from what we've seen in the Old Testament concerning our ancestors. If we see in a situation in which when the Most High came and he brought the angels to get Lot up out of there, but Lot playing around, it ain't for us to play around. The Most High may not have that same grace on us that he had on Lot. We're supposed to learn from Lot.
Exactly.
So why not just roll out whenever you got the chance to? That's the way I look at it.
Hey, and that grace that you talking about, like you said, how he was waiting to the last day procrastinating. Like we was talking about that one day. That grace now might be for those who we was talking about earlier who don't have the ways or the means, or you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
The funds or whatever. Like we was just saying, we got the opportunity to leave. Why the heck would you wait to the last minute? That's not wise at all. That's not wise at all. And then people like I think Tez brought it out earlier, people look at you crazy because you left. Like, brother, what I'm supposed to do? I'm not waiting on no phone call or no whatever goofy stuff is going on. Like, we read these scriptures. The scriptures say, with all thy get understanding. So that's what we do. We read and get understanding. Hey, this is what I understand it say. And that's what we're doing. Like, waiting to the last minute, that's foolish. That's foolish. And as for me and my household, like you said earlier, we will serve the Most High.
Yeah. Yeah, this ain't nothing new. The Most High, you know, he prophesied of many places. He sent prophets to bring forth understanding concerning what was going to happen with many nations, many places. This ain't nothing new. And people look at it and, you know, and like my man said, they calling it a flea doctrine or a sin. Now listen, I ain't dealing with that. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I don't care. If people disagree, they disagree. That's on them. I ain't trying to argue with nobody. I'm not even here to tell you what you should do. I'm not here to do that. I don't care what you know, if you want to live the way you want to live, that's on you. I'm not telling you what you should do. But for those who have an ear and those who, you know, may be of like mind, it's brothers and sisters out here who thinking like you, who see the scriptures like you see. That's what I'm saying. I ain't out here to argue with nobody.
Mm-hmm. But then you have to, like we were talking about earlier, people like, okay, then y'all leave. Where would you go? That's the question. Where would you go?
Well,
I know somebody got them scriptures.
Are you talking about like 11? We pretty much got that. But man, like I say, where would you go if you were kicked out tomorrow? Where would you go if America locked down the border tomorrow? You know what I'm saying? That's what faith. That's why I read that scripture. Faith is the thing, hope for. You know what I'm saying?
That's the thing I'm saying. Yep.
We born into this world, into a war. You know, we're not sure of nothing. You know what I'm saying? They built a false hope in Babylon. That's why it was built. You think everything gonna be all right, or you think your kids gonna grow old and everybody think they're gonna be some successful millionaire here, man. It's a spirit here, man. And I'm telling you from experience, it's I done left and came back 2 times. I know it. Everybody that leave here and come back, they know it. It's a spirit, man. It's dark and it's evil. People don't even trust each other here. People ain't even genuine here no more. You can't find a real friend in Babylon.
That's
People
true.
talk about you behind your back. You know what I'm saying? You got your girl look good. They want to sleep with your. They don't want the girl over there. They want your girl. You know what I'm saying? Sisters talking about each other. You know, the woman over the man. It's all out of order, man. Most High don't like it. He looking down. And he like, you know, what a hell Babylon. But guess what? She did too much. What can I do? I gotta make an example out of it.
That's right.
Yep.
Right. Yeah. Hey, let's get some closing statements, man. We done been in here a long time. Let's look to close this thing out.
Y'all can go ahead. I close it with Revelation 17, so y'all can go ahead.
I just want to say, in this video, it's nothing personal to nobody, and no ideology or nothing like that. It's just you know, everything is used. We take certain examples to you know, kind of further explain certain points. But overall, it's for the edification of the ignorant and our people. You know, we need to wake up, man. That's all I'm saying. And we need to look at these scriptures for what they actually say, not how we feel in our heart. You know what I'm saying? It say what it say. You know, you got to be careful for people who say, "Oh, what about this gonna happen everywhere, or this or that?" You know what I'm saying? Christ prophesied of you know, Jerusalem being taken down. You know, I'll read that real fast. This is Luke 21 and 24, I believe. 21 and 24. Say. So I'm gonna start at 21. Say, then let them which are in Judea flee to the mountains, and let them which are in the midst of it depart out. and let not them that are in the countries enter therein too. For these be the days of vengeance, that all things which are written may be fulfilled. So what's written in Revelations, what's written in Jeremiah, Isaiah, they're going to be fulfilled, you know. And I want to say, yeah, but yeah, Christ had prophesied these things happen, and it actually happened. It's just not a biblical thing. You can go look at the historian records, you know, like the Josephus, you know. The Romans came and sacked Judea, but guess who wasn't in Judea when they came and sacked Judea? People that took heed to those prophecies. They were already setting up churches in places of you know, places, safe places all throughout Africa. You know what I'm saying? So therefore, when it was time to go, people had safe places to go. So all we doing is establishing, you know, place to go, because it don't always feel good when you're the first one to do it, because everybody got something to say when you're the first one to do it. And sometimes you got to break certain barriers to make it easier for the next person to come in. That's all I.
One of y'all got something
All
to
right.
say?
Well, look. Yeah. No, I go out like this. I made a statement earlier, and I said that, you know, whenever a nation get to the height of its perversions, then that's when the Most High. That's a sign. That's a clear sign when the Most High getting ready to take that place down. Because one thing we understand about our God is His word don't come back void. Everything that's been prophesied happened, right? Everything that's so that's how we look at the scriptures, and with that in mind, we understand that the things that's getting ready to come is gonna happen. You understand? So you know what I mean? When it comes down to it, you know, looking at what I see, like we was talking about earlier, the drag queen story time, the pansexual. Then you got these parents prostituting their children out and turning their children into allowing their children to turn themselves into a gender that they wasn't born. You see what I'm saying? You got Pride Month or Pride Week or whatever they got going on. You know what I'm saying? You got these people dealing with children, right? They pushing for pedophilia. You got the LBGT adding another letter to their organization every month, just about. You know what I'm saying? And when I see stuff like that, I start to understand, like, listen, this the end. It's over. This place about to be done. And I'm gonna read something out of the book of Jubilees real fast. I'm gonna read something out of the book of Jubilees, and I'm gonna end it with that. This is Jubilees 16 and verse 5. The book of Jubilees, chapter 16 and verse 5. Right? It says, and in this month, the Most High executed his judgment on Sodom and Gomorrah and Zeboim and all the region of the Jordan, and he burned them with fire and brimstone and destroyed them until this day. Now listen to this, y'all. It says, even as lo, I have declared unto thee all their works, that they are wicked and sinners exceedingly, and that they defile themselves and commit fornication in their flesh. That's what's going on in Babylon. These people defiling themselves and committing fornications, not just fornications with, same sex. They dealing with strange flesh. It says, and work uncleanness on the earth. Now listen to this part. This is the 6th verse. And in like manner, the Most High will execute judgment on the places where they have done according to the uncleanness of the Sodomites, like unto the judgment of Sodom. Right? So the Most High, we read it earlier in Revelation 18 that, I think it was the 9th or the 8th verse, it said, and she shall be utterly burnt with fire. Same thing, same judgment is coming on Babylon. So as soon as you see the freak stuff going on, all of that crazy stuff, they out there, these dudes walking around in broad daylight with chaps on, got their booty cheeks hanging all out, bending over on little kids' faces. Pop it naked behind, grown naked behind in a little child face. You know it's over. The Most High finna get rid of that place. It's going up in smoke. Thus saith the Most High. And I yield on that.
I just want to touch on that judgment a little bit myself, like you was just saying. There's judgment coming to that place. Whether they want to acknowledge it or not, it's going to happen. Like it say in the book of Romans, what's that, chapter 3? What if some don't believe you that make the word of God without effect? God forbid. So even if you don't believe it, it's still gonna happen. So I'm gonna go to Revelation 17. I'm gonna just jump around a little bit, huh? Just get to the key parts or whatever. Just hurry up and whatever. This Revelation 17:1. It say, and there came one of the 7 angels who had the 7 vials, and talked with me, saying unto me, come hither. I will show unto thee the judgment of the great whore that sitteth upon many waters. Why is it the whore that sit upon many waters? Because that the daughter of Babylon got her bases everywhere, from the west of the globe all the way to the east of the globe. There's bases everywhere. This dang on thing sit on many waters. It say, with whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication, and the inhabitants of the earth have been made drunken with the wine of her fornication. How was they made drunken with the wine of her fornication? You could precept that with Isaiah 29 in verse 9. I think it is 9 and 10, something like that. You'll get that answer. I'm gonna drop down to verse 5. They say, and upon her forehead was a name written, Mystery, Babylon the Great, great mother of harlots and abominations of the earth. But now you brought that out earlier, how this land is the abomination of the whole world, from the letter peoples being pushed everywhere in the world, all the way to the children, whatever they doing to these babies out here, to killing the people, all this stuff. This place is the abomination of the earth. They say, where I'm at, verse 6, and I saw a woman drunken with the blood of the saints. That's some of that abomination right there. This place is drunken with the blood of the saints. Who are the saints? Those who made a covenant with the Most High, the children of Israel. Their blood is all over this soil. And with the blood of the martyrs of Yeshaya, or Jesus, whom the world called. And when I saw her, I wondered with great admiration. I'm gonna drop down to verse 9, just get straight to the point to show who is this whore, or who is Babylon named after, quote unquote, for lack of better words. Who is this place named after? It say, verse 9, it say, I start at 8. The beast that thou sawest was and is not, and shall ascend out of the bottomless pit and go into perdition. And they that dwell on the earth shall wonder, whose names were not written in the book of life from the foundations of the world, when they behold the beast that was and is not, and yet is. And there was some key right there. It say, those who not written in the book of life gonna wonder. Excuse me. It say, those that's not written in the book of life, whose names were not written in the book of life from the foundation of the earth, they're gonna wonder. So a lot of times we sit here like, man, our people is messed up. They're not gonna come to this. Hey, that's why, because they're not written in the book of life anyway. They enjoy this place. They're not gonna let it go. They love this thing. But who is this beast? Verse 9. And here is the mind which have wisdom. The 7 heads are 7 mountains on which the woman sitteth. So if you want to get that answer, anybody that's watching can Google land of 7 hills or land of 7 mountains, and your answer will pop up, and you'll see what this place is named after. And there are 7 kings, 5 are fallen, and 1 is, and the other is not yet come. But when he cometh, he must continue a short space. We know what that is. We live in there. But I'm gonna drop down to verse 14. I'm gonna drop down to verse 14 and get straight to the lamb. Where hey, he left a lamb, but he coming back a lion. Verse 14, these shall make war with the lamb, and the lamb shall overcome them. For he is Lord of lords and King of kings, and they that are with him are called and chosen and faithful. So these nations gonna make war when they see that sky crack. They think they're gonna win, but they not. But like I brought out earlier, this one place that's not gonna make war with them. Why? Because it's not gonna stand when they get here. It's already gonna be gone. Christ is coming back for that 7 hills, that land of 7 hills. That's what Christ coming back for. Verse 15, and he saith unto me, the water which thou sawest, where the horse sitteth, are people and multitudes and nations and tongues. What place on this earth have all that in one? Different tongues. They got an app here called, what's the name of that app?
Babel.
Babel. Exactly. What do the word Babel mean? Tongues, language. So this is the mystery. This mystery is being exposed right here in the same chapter. When it said the mystery Babylon, well, that mystery is being exposed right there. Who is Babylon? That place that got different tongues and nations, a bunch of different nations in this land, and multitudes and bunch of people. Asia got a lot of multitude, but you ain't about to see all these different nations over there. Russia got a lot of multitude, but you're not about to see all these different nations and tongues over there. It's only one place in the world that got all this in one, and we live in there. It say verse 16, and the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. All through these scriptures we've been bringing out, we've been hearing about these arrows and fire. And it just told you who's going to do it, the nations. The same nations that made a covenant with her and was drunken with her, now they peed off at her. Now they about to go at her. Verse 17, for Ahiah have put it in their hearts to fulfill his will. So the Most High stirring all this up to fulfill his will and to agree and give, and it say, and give their kingdom unto the beast, until the word of Ahiah shall be fulfilled. And the woman which thou sawest is the great city, which reigneth over the kings of the earth. So this mystery Babylon is that great city. Ain't nobody calling Canada the great city. Ain't nobody calling South America the great city. Ain't nobody calling Russia the great city. Asia or China, none of that stuff is called a great city. It's only one place on this earth. Everybody say, land of the free, the home of the brave. Be all you can be. Remember that commercial? So, hey, take heed, Most High willing. Like Doc said, for man have an ear, let them hear. I pray that everybody take heed to the message that we're bringing out. Hashem Yeshaya, I finished.
Hey, so all praise, honor, and glory be to the Most High. Yeah, we pray that this, bring forth something, spark something in somebody, man, and get to, especially those who haven't maybe never heard the word broke down like we've been breaking it down, these last few weeks. Hopefully this sparks something in you to want to get up in the word and really see what it say. If you got contact, if you can contact us, I think we have, don't we got the email address up in here somewhere?
I think it is. If not, I put it on there.
If we don't, we'll put, yeah, we'll get our contacts in the, we'll put it in the drop box, so what you call it, the description box, and we'll make sure that we'll have some sort of contact for those who, may want further edification. You know what I mean? We can go and, if it ain't too many people, we can deal with it. You know what I'm saying? Or you can also see us on Saturdays. On Saturdays, we have a controlled, structured class. when we go into the understanding of the doctrine and the scripture, we bring it out. You know, so that may be another way you can follow and get some understanding. So yeah, this concludes week 7. All praise, honor, and glory to the Most High. Hey, we praying for the strength to continue because we want to keep moving with this thing. We want to keep edifying, you know, we want to keep doing the work for the Most High. It keeps us busy and keeps us away from sin, you know. So, hey, this is where we at with it, man. Hey, if y'all want to join us, you know where we at every Sunday, 1:30 Eastern time. Come get with us, all right? Shalom, until next time. I got a little outro music for y'all, man. Y'all want to hear it?
Sure.
Shalom, family.
Hey, Shalom, bro. Hey, good having you, man.
Thank you, brothers. I just want to thank you, brothers, for bringing the word. You know, I was under the weather a little bit, but you know, Most High really gave me the strength to be able to come in and be able to put a little input on there. The water to you, brother.
Good having you, bro. Hey, right? Shalom. Go.
I mean, it's gonna take a special kind of person or a special kind of people to really want to come out of Babylon and seek the Most High in this way. You know, so you know, people got their comfort zones and you know, they lifestyles, they cars, they houses, you know, they good jobs, they income. They ain't trying to leave that. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Babylon got your people to spawn. Your people to spawn. No, Father, I've been trying to tell them. They don't wanna come home. Come home. Babylon got your people to spawn. You know, what you people think? To spawn. What you think they don't wanna come home. Come home. Father. Babylon got your people spoiled. They rather have worldly riches and mansions and a lot of fancy cars. And even the poor trying to hold on to that system. They really believe in the government rather than you who can give them freedom. People don't want to give up the worldly lifestyles and their comfort zones. People are too content, yeah. Rather be a slave than to be free from a system that has them held bondage. Father, I know you see Babylon got your people to spawn. Your people to spawn. They don't wanna come home. Come home. Babylon got your people to spawn. Your people to spawn. They don't wanna come home. Come home. They really love chasing money. They're seeking the treasure that's hidden in the scriptures. They love sports games and worldly entertainment. How we gonna convince these people to come on home to their land when Babylon got them spoiled? I don't really think they can. People don't wanna give up the worldly lifestyle and their comfort zone. Their comfort zone. People are too content. Say they too content. Yeah. Rather be a slave than to be free. Than to be free from a system that has them held bondage. Yeah. Father, I know you see. I know you see it. Babylon got your people to spawn. Your people to spawn. See your people to spawn. They don't wanna come home. They don't wanna come home. Babylon got your people to spawn. Babylon people to spawn. They don't wanna come home. They don't wanna come home. Yeah. Oh no. Babylon got them spoiled. Hey. They don't wanna be free. No. They wanna stay in that system. No. They want an earthly citizenship rather than a citizenship in the heavens. I want to invite them to the heavenly dinner, but they're too busy to come. They too busy. I want to introduce them to the King, but they don't even want to believe in him. They don't want to believe in him. Father, I know you see. I know you see. You see, yeah. Babylon got your people too small. They don't want to leave Babylon. They don't want to come home. They let them fancy cars and them nice homes. Got people spoiled. Your people too small. Your people too small. They don't want to come home. They want to keep making all of that money. When that dollar about to dry. Oh, yeah. Oh, they love that system. Yeah. They only believe in what they can see and touch. That's right. And money is their God. Money is their God. Money is their God. And they want them fancy cars and them houses. Ooh. And live that lovely lifestyle. Then seek the kingdom. Oh yeah. They don't want this heavenly They don't kingdom. Want the kingdom. You know what I'm saying? No. Most High, you got so much in store for them, but they don't want to believe. I mean, so what can we do to convince these people to come out their comfort zone and come seek you in the kingdom? I mean, some people come out, then they go back. What part of the truth is that?